Yo, 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 yo.
Another broadcast,
Yeah.
Christmas edition, Flagler Weekly, local podcast.
Is this the best Christmas song?
No other way to start it.
I don't know about ever.
I think it might be.
Nah, it's not ever, but
I think like
in our era, for sure.
I feel like a more traditional one is better.
Like a Feliz
Must be
Navidad or
Santa.
something like that.
Well, I would even say the Feliz Navidad is better than this. It's held out longer. Like when is that from? Like the 70s or something like that?
This beat drop though. Listen to this beat drop.
Nah, that's dope.
Yeah, she kills that. She kills that. Turn the volume down. Turn the volume down.
Oh, I ain't even know what's up. My fault, buddy.
What a loser. All right. Now we're really starting here. What's up, y'all? What's up?
What's good?
Hey, we need to get our own beginner's sound.
Just make one.
Yeah, no, I'm saying this. I was thinking about doing that before this, but it didn't really work out too well. What's up, y'all? We back for another episode. This is the Christmas episode. Let me pull it up. Welcome to Flagler Weekly episode 4.
Episode 4.
Shout out to our boy right here. Got our boy Manny in the house.
Special
What's up,
guest.
brother? What's up,
My
brother?
boy J Money.
Hey, we appreciate you letting us use your studio here.
Absolutely. My house is your house.
And it's crazy because, like, you know, people have like whole studios that you wouldn't even know have a studio in their crib.
I mean, you knew, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like, Manny, what the hell?
Our
Yeah.
game, man. This is where I come.
With the futuristic look.
The crime rate in here is 0. You know, you save money in here.
I have heard you say that before. He said the crime rate in here is 0.
And yeah, saves you a lot of money.
If you guys want to share it on your thing too.
Yeah, for sure.
But today we got a couple different topics, but we're just gonna start it off. Manny, how did your Christmas go?
It's good. You know, this time, you know, at this age, it's really about the kids for me. As long as the kids get what they want to get, it's good. As an adult, you kind of get what you want along the way. But I got a few things that surprised me, and it's pretty good, you know.
What'd you get?
You know, a few shoes, some clothes, you know,
Okay,
just the essentials that
okay.
kind of makes an adult happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if I need it, I kind of go get it.
I hear you on that. Like, you are Puerto Rican,
Correct.
so is Christmas? What's Three Kings?
So it's sort of like something that's celebrated like in January. It's similar to like, I don't know really like the logistics behind it, but it's something similar to Christmas that happens in January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like this king comes and drops some stuff off on you and stuff like that.
But Hispanic people, are you Catholic or like Christian? Or?
Christian, yeah.
Christian.
My mom grew up Christian and kind of went through with church with her and stuff like that. So we kind of grew up being Christian and stuff. So
Okay.
it's a big thing in Puerto Rico too. I mean, it's no different than here.
Christmas?
is yeah, absolutely.
Okay. People do like the Christmas lights and
Everything.
Okay. That's
For
dope.
sure.
Imagine like seeing that from the sky on Puerto Rico, seeing like everything lit up.
I mean, you probably could.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if enough people do it, you'll be able to see it.
Yeah, imagine they go hard out there.
They definitely do. Like, it's the same as the United States. You ain't never been. It's the same thing. It's just an island,
Okay.
Yeah, isn't it
different
like,
language.
I mean, it's like there's cities obviously, but there's also like a lot of like country and mountain. It's like very mountainous, right?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
not. I mean, it's not as big. You can go from one side of Puerto Rico to the other in a day. You know what I'm saying? You could ride around the whole island.
But like you feel like the towns are like grouped up in just a couple of towns with like a lot of like I don't want to like call it like a village, but like in
I
the
mean,
mountains and stuff. Is it like a villages or?
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's. So one thing about over there is, and like when I lived in Baltimore too, you know your neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Here, I can wave at my neighbor to the right, wave to my neighbor to the left, but I don't know the neighbor next to my neighbor. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In Puerto Rico, you know everybody.
I don't really like that. I don't like how like you move somewhere and you don't really know the neighbors that well.
I don't. In Baltimore, I knew the whole street, and the street damn near like a mile. You know what I'm saying? You know everybody up and down the street, but I don't know. Maybe people more reserved nowadays and don't want to be out like that. I don't know.
How'd your Christmas go, Dave?
It went well. We went to my mom's. You know the whole family. Everybody was there. And they had everybody did gifts, and they did like this white elephant thing, which took forever.
What is a white elephant
It's
thing?
like
Can you
everybody
explain that for people?
They're like set like a limit, like $50 to $100, and you got to buy a gift.
What was your guys' limit?
50 to 100,
Oh, okay.
and the presents kind of show 50 to 100 because you might unluck out and get stuck with something not so great.
Mm.
And,
But you
but
can
it's
still
just crazy because like everybody brings their gift, and then like you roll the dice, and it's like pass it this way, pass it that way. Tell this person to open theirs. You can switch present with this person. It's
Yeah, I
just
heard
at
if you
one
don't
point-
like your present, then you can want to get the next gift or something like that.
That's fire.
That's
So it's
my
got to be
God.
like gender neutral, right? Everything.
Bro, my mom just told me a story.
Well, in this case, it's more for like house goods and stuff like that.
Okay. Like a toaster and stuff.
Yeah.
My mom told me a story that in the news, somebody like they did one of those white elephant things, and then so the person got a $25 gift card to Kohl's, and then the last person, they could either get the $25 gift card to Kohl's or they could get the next gift, and they took the $25 gift card to Kohl's, and the next gift was scratch off, $175,000.
I seen that on my timeline on Facebook.
You have to get the next gift.
well,
$25. You have to get the next. You have to.
that could have been a $25 limit though on that one.
Well,
Nah.
well, imagine okay, so hold on a second. $25 gift card.
What would you do?
really wanted something from Kohl's and you got the guaranteed 25, but it's like 25 scratch offs. You never win anything. Now
Did
you're
they
going to
know
get
it was
zero.
a scratch off?
I mean,
It was a
no,
random
but
gift.
it's small. What could it be? Like
I'm taking the gift.
it's small. Like its scratch offs are like, so it's probably like an envelope.
It could have money in there. I'm taking the gift.
More than $25 it could have.
Correct.
That's true. That's very true. What are you doing, Dave?
I'll probably take the unknown gift.
I mean, especially since we're not really Kohl's people. But let's say it was like $25 like GameStop or something like that.
What you gonna get?
That'll get you in the door.
that's
not
true.
else.
That's it. And nobody goes to GameStop no more. You buy games online.
Do people really buy games online?
Yes.
Hmm.
I used to wait out in GameStop at midnight to get all the Call of Duties and 2Ks, and I just sit in my crib and buy it online.
Oh, like just buy the digital version?
That's it.
Isn't there a certain like space that you can have on it?
So the PS5s come with like, if I'm not mistaken, like 2 terabytes.
That's
So
a lot
I'm
of
not
space.
gonna run through that. Yeah.
That's a lot of space. I'm just sharing this in all my different groups right now. But so let's see. So you said, okay, any more to that white Christmas story? Oh yeah. I'm not trying to call you out, but
That's what people say when they're about to call somebody
Yeah,
out.
go ahead, call it.
how did your gifts go?
I mean, they were okay.
Did John know something I don't know?
I mean, no,
Well,
not,
I mean, I was bitching a little bit about one of the gifts I got.
You want to talk about it, or is that personal?
No, I'll say it. Okay, I'll say everything on this podcast.
I'm just curious because John brought it up, so it gotta be so. And he's
well, I
laughing.
was just saying, like, I'm just saying, like, so.
well, don't say exactly what you got the other person, you know what I mean? But maybe you could put like a monetary.
well, this
thing
is
on-
my kid though too, so
Yeah,
it's not like an
his-
even gift exchange.
His daughter. That's what I'm saying.
Like you, buy,
that
like,
don't count.
but
but-
even still,
but
she's
she's
like,
she's
yeah,
18 though.
She's,
Oh, it
she got
does.
a job. She's
It
like
does.
older.
It does count.
Okay, okay,
It does
okay.
count. Yeah.
So now, what did you get her? You got her,
Probably
let's
about
say,
like $250 worth of stuff.
yeah, $250 worth of stuff, and like
Yeah.
$100 worth of cash, and then just various other things and stuff like that. So
Right.
like,
So what did she get you?
Man, Well, first of all, it was in a gift bag. And it was almost like a joke gift, but there was like no joke. So I opened the gift bag
He
up.
said it's almost like a joke gift, but there's no joke.
And there's like 1 bar of soap.
Oh man.
1 bar.
And she was serious?
Yeah. And then there was like no discussion. It wasn't like, oh, here's the actual gift. You know, and I was like, okay. I didn't really want to say anything.
What
got my
was
boy-
the initial reaction though? Like when you
She got my boy a bar of soap.
She did. Now, here's the thing too. Like at the house I live in right now, right? I got a big ass like circle bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
So I take baths a lot. It's relaxing.
Okay.
That's cool though.
We hit the
That's
gym.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so he got me some bath salts, bro.
He got you bath salts?
Yeah. Now,
Is it like the Epsom salt?
yeah, you know, like the Dr. Till's
Right, right.
little sampler pack,
Mhm.
4 bags. But there was thought behind it because he knows we're about to move into this Flagler house that doesn't have a big circle bathtub. So he's like, oh, yeah, enjoy all these baths
Mm-hmm. Why you
while
can't?
you still got it.
Right.
Yeah. So that's like, okay. That was probably only like $4 or $5 too, but there was some thought in it. You know what I mean? I feel like she just kind of like just
So now
put
little
me in for like, I just got this fucker a bar of soap. Screw him.
so now his son, little Dave, is our producer. For any of y'all that might not know. But I'm gonna ask him, but he doesn't have a mic right now. Did you talk to your sister about like, damn, what are we gonna get dad?
No. Well, I got that a couple months in advance, like a month in advance. Like,
Okay.
I was gonna give it to him way earlier, but I didn't know if we were moving or not, so that's why I was like waiting to give it to him.
But what I'm saying is you had no idea your sister was like, she's like, oh, I'm gonna get him a bar of soap. And you weren't like, bro, what? Like, that's a horrible idea.
I didn't even know what she was giving him.
That's crazy.
Nah, that's the bar soap. Bar soap. That's tough. That's tough. I mean, yeah,
The scent. What scent?
yeah.
Oh,
Does
it
that-
smells good.
does
Like,
it-
it's nice soap.
Yeah, it does smell like cologne. It smells
It's nice soap. I mean,
Was it like a 3-pack or just like
nah, one
bar?
pack.
Oh, yeah.
1 pack.
crazy, like good smelling colognes. They kind of make me break out though. I mean, not colognes, but like soaps.
Mm.
Yeah, they got a bunch of like bullshit in it. That's
Mm-hmm.
And I usually only buy like handmade soap and stuff like that, like goat's milk, oatmeal.
Your soap is goat's milk?
Yeah, I only buy like luxury soaps. I don't buy bar soap.
so like Dove is like bullshit.
Yeah, it dries you out. I go
They
to, like-
sell the hell out of that shit on TV though.
So I'm trying to find out like if Dove is bullshit, is it like in a squirt bottle is what you get, or
No, I get like rough cuts of soap from like flea markets or like places like that make their own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you might have like rosemary, peppermint, goat's milk.
I'm not a big fan of those type of soaps because like I feel like after you use it a couple times it gets kind of mushy and stuff like that, and it's like where do you keep it, and it's like
Well,
do you put your soaps on the little like edge of the thing, or
I put it on the
I
lid.
do, yeah.
But I got this little sack. Look,
I do too, but I hate it. I don't
I
like
mean,
well,
it
like-
always it always slips off, but you kind of gotta just set it there and kind of just like, all right, it stayed cool. Because if you just place it there, it's gonna slip off.
bro. I just feel like it's like dirty.
but
If you clean your bathtub, it's not dirty.
No, not even that. I'm talking about like soap, like residue.
soap can't get dirty. That's
That's a good.
I mean, can soap get dirty?
Hmm.
That's a good one though.
Mm.
Whoa.
But I keep my soap. I got now being that I get these artisanal soaps. I got these little like it's like a little bag, and it's made out of like a rough like
It's like a loofah,
fiber. It's like a loofah bag.
and you put it in there. It's like
And
endless.
put it
amount
in
of,
there,
like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
and that you know, then you get the exfoliating action.
Nah, that's fire.
Do you leave it in there forever? Or do you take it out when you're done and
no, I
put
leave
it
it
somewhere?
in. I leave it in until it runs out. Then I jam the next one in there.
Now let me ask you guys a question. Let me
Now,
ask, let me
how
ask you
often
a
do you
question.
change out
Oh,
the-
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
How often do you change out the loofah thing?
Never. It's clean, bro. There's soap inside of it.
I mean, he's got a point.
And then I got a bathtub and a shower, so my shower ledge is up. It
Oh,
ain't
man.
like in some little dark corner getting all moldy. So you know that's an expensive setup. I ain't washing with bacteria.
That's fair.
That's kind of where I was like, you know, because once the soap, like you were saying, it's slipping, but it's like when you're done with soap, it's wet, and then you put it down, like it kind of drips. And then like the next day, like the water kind of like dried and stuff on it.
Oh well, what I do is I wash it and I kind of just give it a whole little like kind of take a layer off it, if you would.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
I
I don't
agree
just
with that.
grab the soap and just oh, here I go. You know what I mean? I kind of just
See,
lather it up a little bit, get that layer off the top.
I agree.
Now essentially you got that layer underneath you.
That's
You're
why
ready to go.
soap don't get dirty because it just washes right off of it.
You look like you a body wash kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm lost, but I do use
You
body
lost in the
wash
sense
as
of
well.
what? And what I was saying?
So
So-
we have
so-
a bar soap.
Correct. And you just took a shower today, right?
No.
He said, no shower.
This is the
But-
soap right here. Let me see it. This is the soap, right?
You're getting in the shower now.
Yeah, I have it on the ledge from last night. And you're afraid
Right.
that the germs on it from last night are gonna
No.
attack you today.
No, I'm not worried about the germs. I'm saying when it's wet at the end and you put it back up there,
Right.
I just don't like that.
So then the next day when you shower, you put some water on it and you kind of do this.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
do
And
that.
then you
yeah.
take that layer of whatever you had the previous day and now you got
But it's still like sitting up there. With
So
that
what are you
thing.
saying you do with the soap though?
I do that, but I just don't like it.
Oh,
So that's why I use a lot of body wash
I feel you.
in the bottles.
But body wash is
let me ask you this.
got a
though,
lot of
'cause
stuff
this-
in it you don't want to put on your skin. Though.
Yeah, that's all them petrochemicals.
Yeah.
And I've seen these commercials where they're like, they don't even classify that as soap. They classify that stuff as detergents. So you like rub
How you feel about
detergent
that?
on your body. Like you've seen these new products they're selling like the like these men's good and they're like, oh, don't put this on your balls. You haven't seen those commercials?
This is how I feel about that.
Hey man, you
I'm not gonna call this person out, but I went to my homeboy house one time, right? No, I'm for real. And I went to, I stayed the night, and I went to shower, and I didn't bring none with me because it was one of those last minute things where like you can stay the night, whatever. And I went to shower, and he had a thing on the thing on the shower thing, and it said, I kid you not, 15-in-1 shampoo,
Like head, legs.
everything, whatever you want
body.
to clean, just squeeze, and I got it. That's not. I don't know. That don't even sound right.
Now that I think about it, I think the soap that I use it does say that it's allowed to use for a lot of different things and stuff
Like a
that.
5-in-1 or something.
But almost differently. It's like mine is like hemp, all natural.
Mm.
So it's that form of like almost like, not saying it's vinegar, but like vinegar you can use for multiple different reasons.
No, I feel you.
So I don't think how they can make one thing for everything because you
That-
don't want to clean your hair the same way you clean.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
especially like depending on like what race you are. Like, say you're white with like real fine hair and you get your hair all dried out. You don't want that.
Nah.
You know what I mean? You want to keep that
Absolutely.
moisturized.
Yeah, that's got a bunch of question marks for me.
Yeah. And that brought up a question mark when you mentioned, the Puerto Rican in the house. Because here's what I thought of. Black people chronically say that white people don't use wash rags.
I was
I've heard
going to
it
ask you guys
a million
that.
times. I heard it so many times. White people don't use wash rags. There'd be a hair in the soap. Have you heard this?
I'm trying to see where like
Do you use a wash rag when you take a shower? You got like a little rag and you kind of just clean yourself?
I use a loofah.
Mm.
Like a wash rag is kind of like old school
Sophisticated.
I don't want to say poor, but kind of like old school esque type thing.
Because I just wanted to say, yeah, I use that bag now. But before, I would just go straight up with the soap. But I was interested to hear what he has to say as a median in between the two spectrums.
Let me ask you
Right.
this: do you wash below your knees?
I do. And I'm going to tell you this too.
Is that a thing that you don't do that?
No,
They
that's
say
the thing.
white people
Still,
don't wash their legs.
That's
They
tough.
just let the soap trickle down. Now I'm going to say, when I first heard that a long time ago, I had to think, do I do that? But now, like, I don't want to say every time I get in the shower, but often I'll think of that when I'm in the shower, like, oh, got to wash my legs. Don't want to get stereotyped. So, yeah. But
But yeah, the answer is yes, I do. Wash my legs, and I got a mat in there in my bathtub where I kind of just like gets the bottom of your feet.
Is that a mat in there?
It's like a slip resistant.
Oh, those
It's
are
got like
dope.
little
Those are
bristles
crucial.
where you can
Those are
kinda
is
just-
there a wash rag involved or straight up soap to body?
So I use something similar to what you said, like a loofah.
Okay, like,
But I can't co-sign for everybody on an island in Puerto Rico. I'm sure there's people in it that just go in there and use their hands. But I mean, I feel like if you do it right, you'll be all right.
it probably don't matter if you go straight up, like, 'cause I don't even like have like a construction job or anything like that. So I feel like, am I ever really filthy anyway?
I feel like you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised.
You sweat a lot, but so let me break down a little bit of my Christmas. So last episode, I was talking about the homeless shelter, and it only opens in 40 below. and that time was Christmas Eve and Christmas, so they needed more volunteers.
Hmm.
So I go and I volunteer,
I see you. Shout out you for that.
and it was pretty dope. But bro, I almost had to knock out a homeless dude, bro.
That's not dope, but I feel you.
So tell me how.
Oh, he tried some one of your family members.
No, not even one of my, but like the head lady in charge up there, he was like yelling at her in her face, and I was
Yeah.
like, bro, I'm gonna need you to like turn it down a little bit.
Right.
So, it's funny because I got there at 10 p.m. It was like second shift, and I'm 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. and I'm kind of like in charge of the whole place. And I look in the closet, and there's like 20 mats in there. So I was like, I'm gonna take 2 of the mats, but they look like they're for someone like 5'10".
Right.
And for those of you that don't know, I'm 6'2" ish, and like so I was like, I'm just gonna grab 2 more mats and put it down for the bottom part of my feet, you know, because I hate having my feet hang off like the bed or whatever. I feel like they're gonna like fall off. And
Now, are these leftover mats?
what do you mean by
Like
leftover?
everyone has their mats already
Yeah,
accounted for?
everybody has 1 mat. Okay,
All right.
so
And everyone's shorter than you.
for the most part.
All right.
But the morning time comes, and the lady who's in charge, she gets there around like 6:37 in the morning. There's a homeless guy going out to go smoke. She's like, I don't know his name. I'm just making up the name James.
Mhm.
She's like, hey James, how you doing? He's like, rah, 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 rah. She's like, okay. And then she was like, how was it last night? And he was like, it wasn't that bad. It would have been a little bit better if some people didn't take 2 mats.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like sitting on like 4 mats, like comfy as hell. Like, oh, damn.
Ring the bell.
And fucking, I was like, and then she's like, oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. The dude was like, don't say you're sorry. I know what the fuck you guys are up to here.
And you're the only one with 2 mats. So it's definitely you.
Yes. but
I ain't staying here. I'm working here. I get 2 mats.
Yeah. That's fair.
But my
I could
thing is
be at
like,
home.
there was enough for like, I think there was enough for everybody to get another mat.
Yeah. So
Like,
if he would have asked you, you would have gave it to him.
yeah, he didn't. He's like, bro, can I get another mat? Yeah, you get another. But he
Right.
didn't. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I was like, I was sleeping on the floor like I was a homeless person too. I wanted to be like one with my people. You know what I mean? And by people I mean homeless people. I didn't see any black people there, but I don't know. There's no black homeless people. I just didn't see any there.
How many turned out, would you say, like ballpark?
There's like 25, 30 homeless people.
Hmm.
But so this dude, he was like, I know what you guys are up to, and I'm gonna go to the government, and I'm gonna go to the newspaper, and I'm gonna tell them what you guys are up to. She's like, what are we up to? He's like, you think I'm stupid? He's like, you guys are getting $500 for each one of us from the government. You guys are farming us. You guys
Farming.
want us to be homeless. And
Now,
she-
can you drink in there? Or you just, it's like prohibited to even do any of that kind of stuff.
You probably could, because they don't really like if you had something in a bottle, and
You can do your thing.
you know, you can't drink a bottle of beer,
Right.
but like if you have something, you know what I mean?
like concealed or something.
Yeah, you know, so nobody's really gonna say nothing if you know you're gonna come to the homeless shelter. Get
Excuse me.
prepared.
Right.
But you're not allowed to. You're allowed to smoke cigarettes. You're not allowed to like smoke anything else there.
Nah, I could imagine.
My mom called me when I was going up there. She's like, John, do not bring anything up here. You're not allowed to smoke up here, John. The cops will be doing walkthroughs and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, good call. But so the guy, he was like, don't lie. She was like, we don't get paid. Like, we're all volunteers up here. He's like, stop fucking lying to me. I know you are. And I was like, bro, I'm gonna need you to like take a break. You're about to go smoke. Go outside, smoke. Calm down. She said that nobody gets any money. I definitely didn't get $500 to be here,
Right.
and I'm a volunteer. So like, and he's like, and this guy over here is laughing, and I was like laughing at him and shit like that. I was like laughing, bro, because I was like,
No, I'm sure it was a funny
I
situation.
was like, buddy is like a conspiracy head.
Was he inebriated, or you think he was like hard to tell?
Bro, there was another dude, and it wasn't the same dude, but there was one dude, and I felt like he hustled me in the middle of the night. He was like, hey, do you guys have any baking soda?
Nah, or a stove.
And I was like, what do you? I was like, even though it's really none of my business, but I was like, what do you need the baking soda for?
Nah, that's a valid question.
And he was like, my medicine. It's like I take my medicine with some baking soda and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, you got it. So he's like, I just need like a cup of baking soda, like this much.
What do you think that does?
Dave, do you possibly have any?
I can't imagine it does anything for you.
You could cook up some dope, you know. But I mean, I don't think you really have the capabilities unless he's making a little spoon batch or something like that.
I mean,
That's what I can think of. But like, why would you take a dry thing with your pills?
I feel like you're gonna choke on that
It's
shit.
gonna help you swallow it. Yeah, it's not like a drink.
maybe he was mixing it in with whatever he might mix it in and then puts water in it and drinks it.
Doesn't sound true.
So what do you think he did with the baking soda?
I mean, I don't know. Homeless people are real creative.
Yeah, I mean, he could have like,
And it is Christmas Day, so maybe he wanted to, beam himself up. Scotty?
I can't call it.
yeah, extra generous people at the panhandling exit.
Couple people.
When you were just talking a second ago about like your mom telling you not to smoke, it made me think to myself like, okay, so you got a license, like
Yeah.
you got a card,
Mhm.
so you could smoke
Yeah.
at your house,
Mm-hmm.
not in your car.
I don't.
Wait, not walking around.
Yeah, you can't. So they get you with a driving under the influence when
Yeah.
you smoke.
Mm-hmm.
But so what if you're homeless and you're smoking out in the tent? Are you smoking weed in public or is that your house?
I think you're good.
If you're covering the tent.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Mm.
They gotta understand. Like, look, man, I don't got a house. You know what I mean?
But you got a card.
But you got. Yeah.
Hey, I'm a patient.
Yeah, patient.
So that happened, and I'm not trying to like snitch on anybody or anything like that. But so my mom, she gave me the rules, and it was saying that like you have to one person because there's two people there, so someone has to be awake at all times.
All right.
And I talked to the other guy once my mom left. My mom was like, John, you got to follow the rules. I'm like, okay. So I was like, how do you want to do this, bro? Like, I do the first 5 hours, you do the second 5 hours? He's like, nah, they'll be all right. I'm like, what? He's like, if they need anything, they'll just tap us. I was like, bro, what the hell do you mean they'll tap on us if we need anything? Like,
I felt like you agree with them though. Am I wrong?
nah, bro, I was worried. I was up until like 5 o'clock in the morning.
But what are you like doing there? Are you just like giving them a place to stay? You give them like some services, or like why would they need to like really?
Have someone awake.
Yeah, you giving them food while they're there.
Well, it could be like you don't want any kind of like assault charges, anything sexual assault or any kind of fights to go
Well, I
on.
mean, I
No,
get
that
that.
makes
Even if you were sleeping and something like that happened, I mean, you'd wake up and hear it.
I don't know, bro.
It's
Like,
just like-
it's a big church.
Yeah, you don't know these people. I'm not trying to go to bed around 25 people I don't know. You see what I'm saying? They have a
That
bad day.
also,
That too, yeah, that's a good point.
Come
Like,
out
they-
here, just
they could be
punch you in your
They'll be
face.
plotting on you. Hey,
while you're asleep, they could be like stealing stuff in there too.
Yeah.
he thinks he's one of us.
Yeah. You don't know what we've been through. You know what I'm saying?
There was a little disconnect, and I felt a little offended by it. But I was trying to be on the same page as them. But like, there was a little like, they thought I was like us versus them. You know what I mean?
That's crazy because you helping them out. Like, you ain't have to do that.
And the dude was like, yeah, we have to be here or else they wouldn't leave the building open.
All right.
Like, the volunteers have to be here. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can't give them free range. It'll be like January 6th in there.
Oh
Trying
yeah.
to take the place over.
Right.
Yeah. He said January 6th.
And
So,
they're homeless, you know, one of them might have like a crazy raccoon hat running up in there, you know, all haphazard and taking it by.
You guys ever
storm.
been there before?
to the homeless shelter?
No, just like down and out like that.
Heck yeah, I have.
Do you count like living with your mom like homeless?
No, I'm talking about all doors are closed. You got to find out where to sleep for the night.
Yeah, I've been there.
I've been there a few times.
Like when I was like jammed up.
I've
and,
slept
like,
in my car by like choice, but as like a homeless, you know what I mean? Like when I was in South Florida, Ty, he was like, "Oh, come stay at my crib." I was like, "No, I'm gonna sleep out in my car.
that's like couch surfing homeless.
I want to learn from my decisions."
Nah, that's real though.
Like
That's
now,
right.
when I say that the time that I was homeless, I wasn't really homeless either. I was just staying in like a $40 a night motel, like in Tampa. I had to stay there for like 6 weeks.
Wow,
That's expensive.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
is it?
See, I was
I
jammed
don't
up.
know, cause I was 4 times 7 is 280. So
Yeah, that's like over
let's call it
1,000 a month.
250. Yeah, but that's normal rent anywhere.
And I had to sell my gold chain and all kinds of stuff to pay for that.
But think about it. That's like
But look, now when you pay
What is it,
$1,000
a-
for your place, no, this is like a 1 bedroom thing in like the worst motel you could think of.
Yeah, yeah.
in
$40
Tampa.
a night is nothing.
I don't know if you like know Tampa, but like on Nebraska Avenue, it's like got the most walking around activity with like prostitutes. Like you walk down the street, it's just like, boy, got boy, boy, you know, and like it's like that over there. So I was jammed up because I had got thrown out of this rehab, and I was on probation, and the PO was like, "Well, are you gonna go back to the rehab?" I said, "Yeah," and it wasn't for like doing drugs or nothing. It was like for just not fitting in that environment really. So he's like, I won't violate you, but you can't leave this zip code. So I'm like, all right. And that's like the worst zip code you could have been in. He's like, so I just had to camp out at that hotel and use up all my money and get back in.
Yeah, that's tough.
Hmm.
I had to sleep in the car for like a month and a half. And
but like, did you have to?
yeah. Yeah. I mean, remember I stayed with you. I stayed with
I-
you for like a week.
I do
It
remember.
was
that.
it was that time.
Okay.
The reason I stayed with you is because I can't sleep. I had a Dodge Neon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know, but it's a small car,
Mm.
and I'm about 6'3", maybe some
Mhm.
change. It didn't work.
Mm.
There's no way.
Mm.
So then John let me in. I stayed there for about a week, and then I ended up figuring. But it was just back in my early days when I was just bullshitting, drinking, smoking, didn't
Mhm.
care about nothing. But and I mean now I look back and I'm like, damn, the mindset I had back then is not what I'm at now. Like I would never move like that.
It was crazy.
That's how I am now about a former version of me at one point.
And-
You grow older and you grow like your knowledge gets improves. Like, that's real talk. Older and wiser is real.
You know, and this may offend some people, trigger warning, but we had this conversation last week about if the homeless people were lazy or not.
Mhm.
And after being there, definitely some people fall on hard luck and stuff. But if
Yeah.
you're like homeless for like over a year, you're definitely lazy, or it's a mindset you don't want to like grow or build or anything.
All right. What if you're like medically like you got a lot of medical issues?
Like what?
I mean, there's a lot of homeless people in Daytona that like be on the side of the freeway, on the stoplight with no legs, like you know what I mean, like stuff like that. I'm sure that takes a toll on you.
I feel like they spend their disability because I feel like they get disability.
Absolutely.
Is that
And
enough
they
to get
spend
by
it
though?
on, they spend it on drugs. I feel like it is enough to get by.
You think so, John?
I mean, that's like, I think they
Where?
I think they get like
I think they only get like $1,200 a month or something like that, if that.
And even if you do get 1,200, that's not gonna get you by.
I mean, you can get one of these like renting rooms for even like $700 a month type thing.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
You know, like you can't get a house by yourself, but you can like get in with. There's different situations you can get into.
Yeah, they got like sober living houses and like little. I don't really want to call it like a formal halfway house, but little.
Even if you're living in a homeless shelter and get disability, save up for like 4 or 5 months.
People get accustomed to that. I met a homeless person one time. He said he'd rather be homeless than not be homeless because it's a community that you build around. You know what I'm saying? You're free. You don't have to worry about nobody. And you just do what you want to do. But that's just, if you want to do that, do that. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
I wouldn't want to do that. But like he said, it's a well-knit community. And he just like the way that is.
Going back to the presents and stuff like that. my mom got me this cool like screen thing that we were seeing, and it's like you pull it up, and it almost like magnifies your screen a lot. It's crazy. It like I'd have to show it to you in person.
For
I
your
don't think-
phone or for like your
for
computer?
your phone. So like if you're sitting down, then you can like.
Kind of see what's going on
Mhm.
without having to really look.
But let's go into one of the topics that we have here. Since Dave's not here, let's talk about the sports.
What you got?
I want a crazy bet.
You said you won a crazy
I
bet?
want a crazy bet. I want let me show you. Look at this. So the bet that I won was that there was 3 games yesterday. So that's 6 teams. So each one of those teams had to score 2 field goals.
You said each one of those 6 teams
Mm-hmm.
had to score 2 field goals?
Mm-hmm.
And how many games was it yesterday?
Turn the light up. Light.
That's a tough bet though.
You think so? Because
I mean, it's not as common.
I feel like there's been a lot of field goals being kicked lately. Like,
Yeah, I agree with you. But that's one of those is like up in the air bets.
You think so? I thought that was a solid bet.
I mean, it's not a terrible bet. I would take it. I'd definitely take it. But that's a good win. That's a good come up. What'd you do? You said 10? Made you
$10, maybe $280.
I mean, anywhere you live, that's a good number.
Yeah.
That's a serious flip. Okay. So let's go into topics. So
Bless you.
Bless you. So one of the top things that I wanted to talk about was, and today we don't really have a lot of local topics, guys. We're just gonna be going through just normal topics and stuff like that. But I just recently went grocery shopping, and the syrup isn't Aunt Jemima's anymore. It's like Pearl Milling
Pearl
Company.
Mills. Let me explain to you something. I made pancakes the other day. I have the ant in there, and I have the Pearl Mills. I use the ant. I had to. I mean, I grew up knowing that.
Where you had aged Aunt Jemima?
No. So it's syrup. Obviously,
Mhm.
the shelf life is
Yeah,
longer than
yeah.
one would expect. But I still had some in there because
Mm.
I mean, some places still sell it because they're obviously trying to get off what
Yeah.
they have.
Mm.
I feel like it tastes better.
The Aunt Jomas.
Yeah.
It's a mental thing, I think. But I'm not going. as that still remains, I'm gonna get that and not get Pearl Mills.
I feel like it tastes better. You know what I mean?
It's crazy you said that yesterday. I literally was saying, man, what is this?
I was doing the same thing. I made some. I was like, shit.
Why
It's
switch?
crazy because they got the
Tastes a little-
same bottle though too, right? Just like this different, like the same font. It's just a different name and the same colors on the
But why
bottle.
switch it though?
Because the family was trying to say they weren't getting enough money off of it, so they're like, "Fuck it, we're just not going to use you anymore." Now you ain't getting any money.
But the shit's been off for fucking 80 years.
Yeah, is that what happened?
Hey, can you, Lil Dave? Can you pull up the why is it called Pearl Milling Company?
Yeah, because I thought they did that because they took the Indian lady off the Lando Lakes
Oh,
butter too. I thought that was
it
like some liberal
more-
stuff.
Yeah,
like
yep. That might be it.
you're
Yeah.
ripping off somebody's culture or race or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Because they got the little Quaker Eights or whatever, the oats. That
Quaker-
guy's been on the same fucking can for 100
Which
years.
I thought it was crazy though, because if you want to get people taken off that are like people of color, like why would you want to take them off? Like I thought you'd want to see more of that, not less.
Okay, it says why did they take Aunt Jemima to Pearl? And it's why did Aunt Jemima change to Pearl Milling Company?
Well, I'm sure that
All right, let's see what we got. Scroll down, scroll down.
because that was around in like 2016, 17 when like they were like trying to take down statues and all that stuff too. I think it was like around the same time that they did that.
Keep scrolling down. Keep going down. Keep scrolling down.
Man, what's syrup got to do with police brutality?
Keep scrolling down.
It's
All right, there you go. Right there. Scroll down, scroll down. Okay. All right, hold on. Go up a little
More
bit.
than 130 years old.
Oh, you have to be a subscriber to read it, to pay.
That's silly.
But yeah, overall, I believe it was because they were not really giving enough money to the family. Aunt Jemima has a new name after 131 years. The Pearl Millings Company. Scroll on.
Is that Aunt Jemima's real name?
Hold on. It has been a staple of American breakfast tables for more than a century, but has long faced criticism that his name and likeness are rooted in racist imagery. Now, Aunt
Told you.
Jemima has a new name, the Pearl Milling Company. They're like, fuck it, bro. We're just going to change our fucking
Yeah,
name.
because at that same time is when they took the Indian lady off the thing.
Oh, Pepsi owns Aunt Jemima. Quaker Oats. That's crazy.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now that I don't buy either one of those. That's corn syrup, straight up.
You talking about
That's not even syrup. That's like just
talking about Aunt Jemima's?
flavored sugar. Yeah, corn syrup. High
Said they would
fructose corn syrup.
drop the Aunt Jemima name and redesign its packaging and pledge $5 million to support the black community.
Isn't that why they took off the Washington Redskins?
Yeah, that's true. That was all around the same time. That was
Washington,
when everybody was doing the statues and
football
all that.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's terrible. I mean, it's the time we live in, man.
But yeah, that one and Uncle Ben's. Can you look up Uncle Ben's? Put in Uncle Ben's name change.
Yeah, Uncle Ben's been around for a while too.
I think the Quaker guy is just light skinned.
There, go down right there.
Just made it past.
Yeah.
The real reason Uncle Ben just changed his name. Starting next year, you won't be able to find Uncle Ben's rice on store shelves. The popular brand of rice will still be available, but under a new name that feels more inclusive. Mars, the food company that makes the product. So Pepsi makes Aunt Jemima's, and Mars, which is the same people that make M&M's, they make Uncle Ben's, has changed the name to Ben's Original. So the name and logo change would happen immediately. The
So-
current box features the Uncle Ben's name in the familiar face of a black man who represents Uncle Ben. The product line that
So-
will be known as Ben's Original also includes pre-cooked ready rice, brown rice, and flavored dishes.
So what's wrong with Uncle?
The man go up a little bit. The man on the box is actually Frank Brown, a restaurant matron who posed for the image around World War II. Hey, we need a picture of a black guy. Hey, you.
Hey, I got you. Here you go.
No, did he get any money? It said who posed for the image around World War II. The rice has been sold under the Uncle Ben's name since 1937 and was supposedly named after a rice farmer in Houston who had a reputation for high quality rice. At least a couple things are wrong with the name Uncle Ben. According to Marilyn Kern Foxworth, who wrote A History of Advertising, for one, calling black men uncle was common decades ago because white people avoided giving them the title of Mr. The image of the smiling black man in a bow tie also perpetuates the stereotype of subservience.
Okay, hold on. Let's do a quick check real quick. Baby, you're young and not that informed about things. Do you feel like a certain way if you see Uncle Ben's?
I didn't even know this was a product.
No,
Yeah,
that's
but I
fair.
mean, Uncle. I mean, who knows that though? You know what I mean?
What, that it's a bad term?
You know, yeah.
Yeah, like Uncle
Yeah.
Tom, Uncle Ben.
Well, I mean, people know Uncle Tom. But Uncle,
that makes a little bit more sense now because
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
they don't call him Mr. Tom, they call him Uncle Tom because he was black.
See, but nobody knows that. You know, like.
So you think
But
because
now
they
we know
don't-
that because they did something to do anti-racism. Now I know.
You think they're reaching?
Putting that on the people that don't know about it, they're not even considering it.
So you think we just keep it the same if people don't know that they're kind of like, not saying they're getting made fun of, but if
look,
they were
look.
getting made fun of, you think?
Have you ever even heard that before?
Can you give me that red shirt over there, bro, behind you?
I mean, have you heard that before?
What about
Like, cause in jail,
the
like
uncle term?
like in jail or something like that, they'll be like, "Hey, big bro, hey, unc, hey, old school,
Yeah.
hey, grandpa."
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I've heard like somebody referred to as unc. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
me
It's
too.
never like,
Never like in a racist term.
yeah,
No, I'm not gonna say I have. I never heard a term as that. But like, my only thing is if you got it from a picture of somebody, just find his family and just pay his family. You know what I mean? That's all it is. That's all it is.
Well, that's what it is, Johnny. Not trying to pay nobody.
Exactly.
But
That's-
did he sell that photo as a one photo with no royalties?
well, the thing is, is there any paperwork behind it? If not,
I don't know. You know,
now you're in trouble, and he's
I mean,
gonna get
because
a
it doesn't
lot of
sound
money.
like he was like a professional model at an agency that would work that in his deal.
Well, that's even worse. You know what I mean? You can't just take someone's picture and use it without any paperwork behind it. Now you could take a lot of money.
Now, yeah.
It would be in their best interest if they did get paperwork that they did give him a certain amount of money for it in the past, and he signed for that.
Royalties is a big thing.
That's what I'm saying. If I didn't do that and you just took my picture and made a whole company off of that, give me $1 for everything that you did. You know what? Give me 50 cents for every unit that you moved.
Give me $1.
Give me every dollar for every unit that you moved. Look, Mars is also donating to causes intended to improve the lives of Black people. According to CNN, the company is giving $2 million to a scholarship fund and is contributing another $2.5 million to support education and food access in Greenville, Mississippi. So it's like, it says they make their products in Greenville, Mississippi, and 80% of the city's population is Black. Wow. That's crazy. But so yeah, that was the first topic that I have for us. I think both of those items were better before the change.
Now, do you think they changed any kind of ingredients, or you think it's just like straight label? I can't imagine they changed any ingredients.
Can you look that up?
Like, especially with the rice. Like, I mean, it's rice.
Say the
These new labels away from the same font, which is
Like, why go away from what you know from?
keep
Like,
going down. Keep scrolling down.
do you want me to look that up separately?
Yeah, just say did they change the recipe in Uncle Ben's rice? Uh-oh, why did they change Uncle Ben's rice? Change the name.
Right here?
Try it.
There's no changes in name and packaging. Your name and logo.
X this out. That didn't work.
You know, they all probably change stuff all the time if they can get something cheaper.
X it out.
oh, 100%.
You know, like I would say,
Don't worry about it, bro.
if any changes happen, it would probably be for like a financial cut.
Mm.
That shit was a penny cheaper. They gonna switch.
Yep. Heck yeah.
I hate this. I hate when they do that.
No, that's a fact.
All right, so you got the next topic?
All right. With that being said, about if it was a penny cheaper, then it would be switched. So now I heard about this like up to like a year ago that they had a fully automated gas station in Texas, and then I just heard that like last week the first fully automated McDonald's opened up.
Mm.
And when the first story first came out, there was like a lot of people saying like, "Oh, see what happens when you ask for more money? The corporation is gonna get tired of y'all," you know. And then I started thinking to myself, well, as soon as they can save $1, they're gonna save $1. Like whether the people want more money or not, you know. Even if the people were like, "Well, we'll work for this much," now the future is like,
So you're saying
Automated.
even if they're like, no, we'll work for $12 an hour, but these machines are technically working for $4 an hour.
yeah,
It's
they're,
like, no, you guys are out anyway. It's
Yeah.
still too much.
yeah, exactly.
So when you talk about like, I pull up to a gas station, I just stay in my car.
Now we still, it's like you pay at the pump like you normally would. Like when you walk in the store, we got any photos of that? Of the automated gas station. So you walk in and every cooler door got like a screen of what's inside of there.
I've seen that.
You seen that in Bunnell? They got the
Yeah.
at the Circle K. They
St.
got
Augustine, personally, me, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
that. They don't really use that now. I don't know if they do at the one in St. Augustine, but the one in Bunnell, it just has it on there, which is actually more inconvenient because you can't actually see what's in there.
I open them up sometimes and there's nothing to stop.
Yeah, I open them up too, and it's not even what's on the screen.
Yeah, I was just
but
like-
at this automated one though, it's really just like gigantic vending machines in there. You want chips, Slim Jim, whatever, and then like for the bathroom, if you got to buy something to use the bathroom, and then they give you like a code that expires in like a certain amount of time, like a one use. So the only person that has to go in there has to be like to stock the coolers, maybe clean the
Right.
bathroom once a day, whatever. And that's it.
Do you think that's good, or would you rather it be the other way?
It just seems like it's inevitable that's going to happen.
I mean, like I was telling you earlier, the future is now. Like,
Yeah.
we're not seeing in the next 10, 15 years, we're finna see some crazy stuff.
And that's what like people have been like talking about. That's what like what was the one guy, Yang, talking about the universal basic income and stuff like that. Because this stuff is coming, and like the same with truckers too, man. As soon as they get the
Oh, the Tesla going.
Autonomous.
autonomous semis, that's gonna be a whole bunch of people without a job. Like,
Absolutely.
Hey, go to the top. Go to the top. Well, first go up even more. Up even more. There you go, and go to Google. Well, I didn't mean how. Well,
While they doing that, Dave, have you ever seen like I seen it in New York. It's like a store you go into and like you grab stuff and it cashes out for you. You see what I'm saying?
I haven't seen that in person, but I
and
heard
if
of
you
it.
put it back, it knows that you're not taking it with you.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in person, but I did see that on like on a news clip or something like.
Yeah,
that
and
was,
you
that
just-
was a minute ago that I saw that too.
Yeah, you just leave and it cashes you out with what you got on you. Like
Yeah.
it's not more of like a trust system. It's got like a bunch of cameras on top of you that kind of scans what you got going on, in and out. No cashier, no nothing.
So, well, you got to like link up your card with the store before you go in there or something like
I
that.
believe it's something like that. Yeah,
Mm.
and the cameras know like, okay, oh, I picked this up, a little like Snicker bar. I don't want it. I put it back. They know I don't got it on me. I just think that stuff's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy that they can like notice all that stuff. No more stealing nothing, and you don't even got to have nobody there to watch them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Who you gonna rob if there's nobody there with money?
yeah. That's what they were saying too. Like at the McDonald's, they're like, "Well, what are you gonna do when they mess up your order? You're gonna cuss out a robot?"
I mean, there's definitely got to be somebody you still talk to.
but are they gonna mess up your order?
Yes, John.
Good point.
How? That's human error.
Yeah, but computers make errors too, though.
Yeah,
I mean, if I'm playing a video game like I play, and I get a dev error, my game's gonna shut off.
What's
Well-
a dev error?
It's more like it's like an internal thing where like your game crashes,
Mm.
and then you got to reboot whatever and stuff like that. Like, who I'm gonna talk to about this dev error?
exactly. Like you got an excessive amount of mayonnaise on your sandwich because the gauge is off, and you got like a cup on there. Oh, give me my refund. No, you got your sandwich. Yeah.
Now I agree there'll be more efficient orders. Like, you know what I mean? If you want extra pickles, you're gonna get extra pickles versus like Jimmy not giving a hell about what the ticket say and just giving you 2 fucking pickles when you're supposed to get 10.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that really bugs me. Like if you go to a fast food place and it's like, all right, you're making like say $10 to $15 an hour. You buy a value meal that costs like $10 to get, and you get your burger, and it's like half the patties hanging off, the pickles all on there crazy,
Right.
and it's like you got to work an hour to buy this, and you just giving it to me like it's
Yeah, well, you gotta just. I was in the industry when I was like real young. You do that 100, 200, 300 times a day. Like,
so it's
I'm
just so
trying to-
fast. You just try to
yeah,
get
it's,
it on
it's
there.
almost like a factory.
It
man. You
happens.
just- yeah, like,
Yeah.
no offense, but who are you to the other 300 people I just made a damn burger to?
Yeah, but I'm the one paying $10.
They don't care about that.
I know they don't care, but that's
They
like,
waiting to clock out.
yeah, I feel that. But that's like kind of the system that they're in.
I
You know
agree
what I
with you.
mean?
I
Like,
agree with you.
So hopefully, at least the burgers will be better. That's all I can hope for.
I don't eat McDonald's and fast food.
Yeah, I don't
stuff
really
like
go
that.
there either.
I don't know the last time I ate anything like that.
I did it today.
Yeah, he come rolling up today with like a double quarter pounder. I was like, he's like, I'm bringing poison in the house, and he had a soda too.
Now I'll tell you, the food is delicious. I won't never say it's not good. I enjoy a McDonald's. I just know what come behind it, and I know it's not good for you in the long run.
My whole thing is like, especially when I do get in a bad eating cycle, but it's like the end of the year's coming. It's like, oh, New Year's, I'm gonna cut it out.
That's bullshit.
Nah, I do. I be cutting it out for a long time. I be cutting it out for a good like 6 to 8 months.
See, like,
Yeah, I feel you though. Like the 30th
then-
of January, January 30th is 1 year I have not smoked.
How do you feel?
I feel good.
Do you miss it?
I mean, I really don't. Sometimes like, cause I stay up late, play games, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. I like to play games, and sometimes I'll be like, man, right now would be a good time to kind of like
Mm-hmm.
roll up and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
to say I miss it, I don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what you're saying. Like if I'm out drinking and stuff like that, I think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because when I drink, I like to smoke all the time.
What made you quit smoking or quitting drinking?
Well, I'm still drinking.
That's what I'm saying. What made you? Why didn't you be like, I'm quitting drinking, but I'm still gonna smoke?
Good question. Because I smoke all the time. I don't drink all the time.
Mm.
Like if I smoke, like for example, this time last year, like during this year right here, we'd have fucking 4 or 5 going around.
Mm-hmm.
That's just because that's just what I always used to do.
Mm-hmm.
Drinking, it's got to be occasional. Like
Mm.
you know, I feel like that too, man. Like, because I only smoke at night for one. I don't even like smoke in the day. And
Right.
whenever I end up smoking, it's like I feel kind of the same, just like slightly slower in my thought process.
it just relaxes
And then-
you. I mean, in the industry that I work in, I mean,
All day.
I serve and stuff like that
Mhm.
in St. Augustine. So as you can imagine, I'm always moving and walking and carrying and doing this and doing that.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like an unwinding thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the real reason as to why I quit was just personal. Like I feel like maybe I was just like, man, let me test myself. Let me see if I can not smoke.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
You
Going
think you're
into-
ever gonna pick it back up?
That's the question I ask myself all the time. If I do, it'll be through like True Leaf, get my card,
Mm-hmm.
and do it the healthier way. I won't smoke blunts anymore. That's I've told myself that.
Mm-hmm.
I was a blunt guy. I'll do papers.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do
Mhm.
papers.
Definitely feel that. Or you?
So I feel like for me, like that's why I don't want to like do the whole like medical card thing, this and that, because I don't smoke that much. I need to go do all that,
It is
spend
an
all that
expense.
money, and like just so I can be like,
It's about a $250
You know-
a year expense.
But see, for me, it's never been like, if I couldn't afford it, I wouldn't do it because I'm
Mhm.
smart enough for that.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just the fact that you can afford it
Mm-hmm.
and you can smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why not? You see what I'm saying? That's why I did it. More the relaxed factor, you know, during the end of the night, you kind of smoke a blunt, watch
Mhm.
a little movie,
Mhm.
whatever.
I get that, but for me, it's just like, and it's not even about the couple hundred. It's just the ice. Like when I didn't buy that winter jacket the other day,
Mm-hmm.
I just don't use it that much that I need
Facts.
to do all that to.
If I went and read up like every week and like smoked an eighth a week, it might be better to go get it from the dispensary.
Exactly, you know, but it's just like a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the other day I was looking up, because it goes back to the question that you said, John, will I go back to it? I was doing
Mhm.
research about a month ago. Like, if I do go back, what would I do?
Mm.
And I was reading on it, and they were saying that the large part of like what's dangerous for you is like when your lighter combust,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
it
as soon
does.
as you spark that flame,
Mhm.
like that shit that you,
Mhm.
that's really what's
that flame inhalation.
correct. That's really
Hmm.
what is messing you up.
Really?
Those chemicals that create that flame inside that lighter.
Oh, like you sucking in the butane?
the butane, yeah.
Mm.
They said that's really what, you know, alongside the blunt stuff like that, but
Mm-hmm.
that's really what really gets you.
I wonder if the heat like kind of like cooks your lungs a little bit too.
The heat from the smoke.
Yeah, just the smoke and the flame, like if you like smoking a bowl, or even the smoke coming off the blunt or whatever, got to be
Yeah.
pretty hot too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
But I feel
Hmm.
good, man. I feel good. I'm definitely gonna make the year.
That's dope.
January 3rd.
That's
I
dope.
quit on my son's birthday last year.
That's dope.
But I was
Let's give you a little.
I appreciate that.
yeah,
Appreciate that. But I was everywhere you go, smoke before you go kind of guy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I felt like I didn't smell like weed, I know I smell like weed.
Definitely. Definitely know what
Yeah,
you mean.
people
by
definitely smell when they don't think they do.
that. Mhm.
You spray a little cologne, you think you good, but
Yeah,
you
that-
definitely not good.
Smell like weed and cologne now.
So the topic that you brought up was what were we just talking about?
Gas stations.
Yeah, the automated stuff like
Automated.
that.
I'm about it.
Um,
I'm team that.
You're team that?
100%.
Do you feel like that eventually,
Yeah, I
like
was asking if it was good or
when
not.
when stuff gets cheaper and less people got to work, that it will actually get cheaper and eventually free, where people could just live and get stuff because it's all automated, or do you think people will always be so greedy that you'll always have to incentivize profit? Because really, I mean, I feel like if the world like really worked the right way, because it's why like people like dream about socialism or whatever. Yeah, we could all just share everything. Yeah, in theory, but everybody's greedy.
Everybody.
So it's like, unless you get everybody to stop being greedy, which probably ain't gonna happen, it's like, where are we gonna be at as like the normal people? Like,
Well, there's jobs that will never be able to do what they're doing with gas stations and
some,
McDonald's. Like
yeah,
the health industry. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
want a fucking robot helping me if I got a problem with my body.
yeah. But I mean, some jobs, yeah, but a lot of the medial jobs, which really don't even pay a lot, are the ones that
Oh,
are
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
get like cut out.
Absolutely. You're gonna have
And
to
then
go
you're gonna have
get
like a gang of people, like, and then they're gonna have other people like, y'all need to pull up your bootstraps, and then like,
you got to get your CNA or
can't
something.
even
Like
get a
that.
job.
Yeah, for sure. Now I see what you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a group of people that are gonna be like, now what do we do?
Yeah,
Because all we know how to do is just this
And
mediocre work.
and not everybody can just be a coder, like computer engineer, robot.
Maybe
robotics
people will go to
engineer.
college now. I don't know. I heard college ain't even all that. I heard it just puts you in debt.
Oh, it does.
But that's another story.
Yeah, there's a little bit of both. There's a little bit of both. It can have its benefits.
Yeah, I feel like not every degree,
Mm-hmm.
not every job or career requires it,
Right.
but some definitely do.
Right. The cool ones. Like if you want to be like a lawyer, you need to go to college.
Oh, well, no, yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, or a doctor or something like that for sure.
Absolutely.
Or even nurse.
So I wanted to talk about also there's this thing called like Martinelli's apple juice. I was at the grocery store still and I found myself like I'm at the age now where I'm willing to spend like if it's between like $2.50 and like $4.50, but it's like all natural, pressed from real apples, apple juice.
Do you believe that? Do you
I don't-
believe it's like? Do you believe that's actually what's going on in that bottle?
I do.
Okay.
I know that brand too.
I'm gonna start by saying I do not drink apple juice at all.
See, but I feel you. That's like what I was.
Why?
100% do not drink. It just
I have some right here.
yeah.
But this one is like processed
See, that's like garbage,
apple
man.
juice from concentrate with
It could
other
be-
ingredients,
it could be-
pasteurized.
It could be any apple juice.
I heard that
I
like
don't drink it.
when you drink stuff like that, you might as well drink a soda, bro, because there's so much sugar in that. It's like pretty much equivalent to a soda.
I don't drink soda either.
Yeah, I don't drink soda.
Total sugar is 37 grams.
That's a lot.
What's the
That-
serving
that's-
though?
It's almost an ounce and a half.
You said what's the
Let
serving?
me see it. So the reason I don't drink apple juice is because I just don't like it. It doesn't. It just
I
like
thought it was gonna be something like
nah. Like if I'm thirsty and I drink apple juice, I still feel thirsty. But I love apples. I love apples and peanut butter. I'll eat 20 apples a day if I could. But like I'd rather drink water than apple juice. Orange juice, completely different.
You love orange juice?
Love orange juice.
But you're gonna buy premium orange juice too, right?
Pope. Oh yeah, I buy. Yeah, I mean, like you said, I'll spend an extra $3-4.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say when we were talking about Aunt Jemima. Yeah, I only get like real syrup, and it's like $12 for the thing that's like $3 of the Aunt Jemima, because that's like actual product and not just corn syrup.
No, I mean it just makes sense. If you got it, do it.
Yeah, if you can afford the better stuff, it's definitely better to get the better stuff, health wise.
Very rarely is there stuff that's knockoff that's better than stuff that's not knockoff.
Yeah, true.
What do you think? Like, is it cut like the cheaper stuff?
No, it's just
Cheaper
corn,
ingredients.
it's corn syrup, like high fructose corn syrup.
You talking about in general or just syrup?
In general, like if you're getting like the knockoff cereal,
It's
or if
just
you're getting
cheaper.
knockoff ranch dressing.
It's just cheaper ingredients.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's like Reggie and Loud. If you want to smoke Reggie, you want to smoke that Loud. It's just
Right.
It is.
And then
That's
with
that
like
diff-
with like vegetables and stuff, like you be talking like if it's organically grown, it might not have pesticides and this and that on it, so you're paying for that.
Does anyone have any change in their pocket?
I ain't got nothing on me. Use that bottle cap right there.
Nah, it's gonna scratch it off too hard. This is gonna work. So we're about to do this live. I'm about to see. I just bought some scratch offs. Hold on.
Would you break bread if you won?
Huh? Okay.
Commit now.
Yeah. So let's
On
say
camera.
There's 4 people in this room.
let's say I won 10 stacks.
So that's like 6,500.
No, it's not.
What that I get after taxes? You mean?
Well,
What you mean? 6,500. There's
There
four
you go.
people
I think
in
if
the
you catch that chicken, then you'll probably only get like 65.
Oh, I thought you were talking about in increments of 4 people.
Oh no, that's what like what you're gonna actually get,
Yeah.
like because you are gonna pay like tax.
I'd give each one of y'all like 200.
Motherfuckers,
What? You're getting 7 bands back.
7 bands.
Okay.
1,
How-
2, 3.
Damn,
4,
y'all
5,
gonna,
6, 7.
y'all gonna stack just for being here?
How do you know that our positive energy as a group? Ain't,
That
ain't
by
bring
by that
winning
logic,
ticket?
if I got 10 million, I would give each one of you guys $1 million. Like,
Come on, homeboy.
I'll take a million, and then you can have the rest.
I'll even take 650,000 and pay the tax on the gift.
but and what I was saying is I'll give you 200,000. I think you think that's rough.
I would be mad if you.
Wait,
I
200,000.
would be upset if you give me 200 grand, John. I thought we were better than that.
And you want 10 mil?
Yeah,
That's tough.
but this is my logic. Like, I love y'all, but if we're like looking, if this was like Facebook and we had a topper or something, like, bro, I got like in the group that you guys are in, like you're like in the top like 20. But still, that's 20 people I'd have to give a meal to. That's
Wait, what does
20
that mean?
million right there.
What do you mean by top 20? What does that mean? Like top 20?
If I won
Of-
$10
of
million,
closest associations.
yeah, of closest associations,
All right.
associates.
I gotta be top 5, bro. I've known you since you were like 14.
You're like top. Well, I was thinking you are top 5, but you're like top 10 because if I won 10 million, there's
Ooh.
like my
But
family,
y'all got to work that out. Y'all got to work that out. 'cause
my family and stuff like that. It's like there's like my mom.
I think top 20 is respectable.
That's what I'm saying. But I only have 10 million, so I can't give everybody $1 million. And they're gonna be like, you gave.
John, but the people
gave-
aren't in the room with you right now.
So you guys are like, good luck.
I just wouldn't tell them you want 10 million.
Okay, now what is there a limit? Like, what if I win like $10? Do I gotta give you guys $1?
You could have the $10.
Yeah.
Okay, what if I win $100?
You could have the $100.
You should buy as a meal.
If it's over $1,000, I need some.
What if I win? Okay, over 100. So we're about to see. Hold on a second.
We should be going to out to like for steaks.
Oh yeah, just take
on
us out to
you.
eat if it's under
Yeah.
500.
Yep.
For the record, I don't buy scratch offs.
I do.
I want to. I want to, but I don't.
I don't buy them every day. I
And if I do, I buy Gold Rush because I
the
won
$20
$500.
Gold Rush.
I bought $500 like 10 years ago on Gold Rush.
I won 500 just like the other day.
And the cashier said you can't do that here.
Yeah,
I'm like, what are you talking about? I can't do that here.
it's supposed to be $600.
You don't got
That's the limit.
$500 in your fucking register?
That's the
Dave,
same thing they did to me. She's like,
did-
"Oh, you got to go to Publix." So I said, "Oh, I thought it was $600. You got to pay the cash." She's like, "Oh, but this store don't do that." I was
Yeah.
like, "But you sell lottery.
Yeah,
You got to follow the
crazy.
lotto rules."
Yeah,
That's
and
cool.
She was like, "Honey, I ain't the manager, baby." I was like, "All right."
Whole time I said manager.
didn't you win like 3,000 off of like a
I did.
$3 scratch off?
Yeah, it was a $3.
I've never
crossword.
won more than $100 on a scratch off.
You don't play enough scratch offs.
Bro, I play a lot. I used to play a lot, but bro, I just never win.
You know, I worked at racetrack overnight for 3 years back when I was out of high school and stuff. People are real serious about the number on the fucking roll of the fucking scratch off.
I've seen that too. Do you really think that matters though?
I don't think
You
it
like-
matters.
you keep
But
track of
if
it at
it's
all?
not like an odd number, they'll sit there and be like, "I'll be back tomorrow."
Mm.
Like, okay. And for the record, the craziest shit happens in the gas stations at from 9 p.m. to 6 in the morning.
Give us some stories.
Just whatever you can imagine, man. Just a bunch of doped out people. This lady used to come in all the time at like 2 in the morning, like grocery shop at racetrack.
Was she a food stamp user?
We didn't take food stamps,
Oh.
but she would it would be enough food to consider it like a Walmart, Winn-Dixie grocery shop.
Yeah.
And she would just sit there and it would literally take her.
I just hit
Did you?
5x.
It would take her 5 hours to fucking. She's tweaked out though. She's tweaked out. We knew her by name, and she'd
Mhm.
walk around and, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But yeah, weird shit.
Let's see how much the 5x is.
Yeah, I used to work at
How much do you think it's gonna be on the 5x?
A milli?
So that means I'm gonna get 5 minutes.
Yeah.
If it's $1 million right now, we shutting this off.
yeah, we'll have to go. We'll resume later.
You said if it's a
We
million.
will shut this show down and we'll figure it out.
Riding on it right now, a little road trip.
But
All right, let's see what we got going on.
I worked at Walgreens too overnight.
Yeah.
By the way, overnight working is terrible.
I used to work like night
I don't
shift
like
at the
the sleep
hospital.
schedule.
Yeah, it's terrible. You sleep all day. But the thing at Walgreens is, I worked at 10 p.m. So I want to say like 7 a.m.
5x on $2.
All right, well, that's something. But I would leave Walgreens and go like chill with the homies
And we're on the clock.
on the clock
Hmm.
because the manager was cool like that.
That's what's
I
up.
would leave.
But
for-
why would you go? Why would you leave and go chill with the homies?
Well, because like, why would I be at Walgreens for fucking 8 hours a night?
I mean, who really? I mean, I know that some people got to go in there.
I
for,
mean,
like,
there's a tech behind the counter that does medicine,
Mhm.
and there's a manager and me. If somebody comes in wants to check out, like the manager will take care of that shit.
yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, I got fired for that shit, but
Mm.
You
Yeah,
said
I used
you got fired for it.
I ended up doing it for a while.
That's funny as hell.
I used to
They
do that
probably
shit
came
for a while.
like, "Where's Manny at?"
Well, no, they tried me with the whole corporate can pull into the cameras and see if anybody's
Mhm.
there,
True.
but I didn't
Now,
believe that.
When I used to work overnight, I did it because you got like a differential.
Oh yeah, they're like a $2-3 raise, right?
Yeah, it was actually like 20%. I used to like work night weekends because then you get the weekend differential
hmm
and you get the night differential.
But then you would sleep all day. My days off were never days off.
Yeah, and I was doing it like-
I don't like the lifestyle.
I was doing it like as a nurse, and it was like you only work 3 days a week.
hmm
But it's like that next day is like you're recovering, so you really
Absolutely.
it ain't like a day off, and then you gotta like live at nighttime too.
Right.
Which around here isn't really that great. I was doing it in Palatka and driving back to Palm Coast every day. Now when I used to live in the city, like in New York, at nighttime was like whatever you could
Yeah,
do whatever you wanted
that's
to
what
do.
you- yeah,
at
absolutely,
night. So it's
absolutely.
a little different. But down here,
You familiar with Hawaiian Tropics in Ormond?
yeah,
It's literally like a factory where you just sit there, and you got a hairnet on and you're putting tops on, like suntan lotion.
you did some shifts over there.
I did that shit for 24 fucking hours
Damn.
and quit.
Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
couldn't do that job, man. Just sitting there, just same motion.
It's
same
3
motion,
days,
same motion.
12-hour days, 4 days off.
Hmm.
I ain't even make it through a whole 3 days.
12-hour days.
But
rough.
but John, you just sitting there. I'm telling you, you sit there like this, and then the little sound. You know, like in the movies where like you hear the sound, everybody runs and gets their lunch.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally 15 fucking minutes.
Hmm.
And if you're not back on the line in 15 minutes, you're fucking everybody else up.
Hmm.
And if you miss a top on, the dude next to you is looking at you like, man, nah, I gotta fix that shit. Yeah, nah, that shit's dead. I think I had about 20 jobs in my life,
I've definitely had a lot of jobs.
but it's a learning experience. You learn a lot through these things.
Yeah.
And my favorite one now is obviously my current one, but yeah, I wouldn't go back.
Yeah, I went to that place. I went to your job last year on my birthday. Not this past birthday, but
Is that over the Harry's?
yeah, out in the courtyard and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's
It
nice
was
up
pretty
there.
nice. They had a lady out there playing guitar, and
It's definitely I think serving and bartending is like a cheat code in life, man, because you don't need any degree, you don't need anything. You just got to be able to talk and just have common sense,
mhm.
and you'll make great money. Great money.
So I never did a
Oh.
job like that.
I just wouldn't get paid hourly again unless it was over fucking $25 an hour or some shit, $30 an hour.
So what I was wondering is like, with the hurricane thing going on, like, did you guys get flooded out, and how are you guys still working like the next day type shit?
So we didn't work the next day. So Harry's does $60,000 a night, right, or a
Yeah.
day. In
Is that good or bad?
That sounds like a lot to me.
That's good. That's good. $60,000 in sales, right? So it's nothing to hire 4 people to go to Harry's overnight during this hurricane
Mm.
and try to make sure everything goes smooth and this doesn't go happen wrong. You know what I mean? Kind of like sweep the water off, whatever this and that. We were closed for about 4 or 5 days.
So I mean, that's like $250,000
Yeah. No, they don't
in
want to
5
stop.
days. Yeah,
You don't want to stop business.
you spend that 10 bands or whatever to get that place water.
Yeah, it's a million.
Water out of there.
It's $1 million restaurant. I mean,
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, when I ate there, I mean, it wasn't like the most expensive place I've ever been.
and
probably.
it's not. That's
but
the
it's
thing.
but it's not like it's more up there than not.
Yeah,
up
no,
there.
it's affordable. That's the problem.
Mm.
It's affordable. Which
Well,
is
it's
why-
like what about like $30 a plate? probably?
So, I mean, if you're spending $30, you're probably getting like a redfish or something like that, or like the steak and
Have you
lobster.
tried everything?
35. And, it's funny you said. I try not to eat the food there
Mm.
because it's not something you want to eat every day. You see what I'm saying? Like if
Is
you
it
eat,
heavy?
it's just like
Greasy?
it's vacation food.
Mm.
If you go to St. Augustine for a week,
Mm.
go there 2 days out the week. You're good. But you don't want to eat that shit. I've been there 3 years. I don't eat that shit every day.
Yeah,
Mm.
then you
You've been
start,
there 3 years?
Yeah.
then you start hating stuff, man. I remember like,
Well, it's hard. It's hard to hate the food there.
yeah, it is good.
The food is delicious, but I'm a salad guy. You can find me eating the salads and with the little chicken on it, little soups. I'm simple. I go whole shift just eating salads and stuff like that.
Mm.
But they got great food. It's all house made in house. I mean, it's great food.
Yeah, it was good when I went there. I think I drank a bottle of wine too.
I mean, they tax on wine, but everybody tax on wine.
I don't
I mean,
like
this,
getting
this
alcohol.
chateau,
at-
this Chateau Saint Michel over there is probably $30.
yeah, I
go
don't
to-
like getting stuff.
You go to
like
racetrack, get it for $12.
that.
Yeah, in fact, I remember when I went there, I got a bottle of this. I think it was Earthquake.
Mm.
You got the Earthquake wine there.
I'm not sure,
But
but
something that I got there, and I
you
think I
probably
paid like
spent- you probably
35,
spent 30
40
bucks.
something.
you
Yeah,
probably spent 30
and I
bucks.
seen it at
Yeah,
like
nah,
Walgreens or
nah,
something
nah.
like that. Yeah, it was like $10, $12. Yeah,
Damn.
but that's
But
like
they got to make their money.
how it is. Yeah,
They got to make their money.
like you're gonna pay more like if you like get room service or something like that.
Yeah,
It's probably even more, like $50, $60.
absolutely. It's worth it though. I mean, it's Harry's is it's a good spot. It's hand in hand with Columbia, I would say, as far as eating
Is
out.
Columbia the name of a
No,
restaurant?
I went. Me and him.
Correct.
Me and him went to Columbia in Tampa.
Mm.
What, like 2 weeks ago?
Well, the reason I say that in St. Augustine is because it's in St. Augustine there's always something going on every day.
Mm.
It could be a Tuesday and something's going on. It could be a Wednesday, something going on. Like, it's
See,
always
would you? But
people
let me ask you
walking
this though:
around.
would you rate Columbia as one of the top spots?
In St. Augustine,
Yeah,
I would say it's well now there's a place called River and Fort,
yeah, I heard of that.
which just opened up last year. And
hmm
have you been there?
No.
I suggest you go.
What?
You go in there and you feel like you're in Miami somewhere.
Mm.
It's like rooftop, right?
It's crazy.
I went to 95 Cordova or the Santa Monica Hotel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
Santa
guess
Monica.
I went to that restaurant a month ago,
Right.
and it was like, eh.
I
And,
mean-
and I spent like I don't know, like two something.
It's I mean it's just because it's St. Augustine, man. Oh, the city in the world. That's what you're there for.
Mhm.
Yeah, but then I go to like. Have you ever been to the Rain Tree before?
Nah.
Mhm.
The Rain Tree? No,
I
I
used to
think
deliver
the
there.
Rain Tree is good, man. Like that's good, and it's expensive, but it's like I feel like you're getting what you pay for there.
I've just now started to venture out to different spots out there because I work till midnight, 1 in the morning, so I kind of just try to go home after work.
Yeah,
But I'm figuring things out there. It's River and Fort, you gotta go.
River-
Bring your wallet with you, but you gotta go.
I think I heard about it, but I'm not a big.
yeah. I'm gonna go there next time I go.
Do it. But like I said, if you go to River and Fort with a suit on, you're not looking crazy.
Okay.
I dressed really nice when I went to the Santa Monica place.
Yeah, well, dress really nice.
Practically a
River and
suit.
Fort. They got elevators. I mean, it's just I just can't explain it. Chandeliers. It's very
Mm.
nice.
Hmm.
I mean, they built it last year.
Interesting. I'm gonna check it out. Do you got a topic you want to bring up?
I'll go down the list here. Oh yeah. So there's like a new richest guy,
Okay.
richer than Bezos, richer than Elon,
Mm.
but it's not a tech guy. It's I don't know how to say his last name. It's like a French last
Arnault?
name. Bernard Arnault.
Bernard Arnault.
Yeah, and he's
Is-
like the head of Louis Vuitton, Hennessy, Dom Perignon.
He's partners with
He-
Jay Z.
He owns a lot of Christian Dior,
Mm.
and now he's the new richest guy. Which I found it crazy because everybody's saying everybody's doing so bad and the economy's so rough and this and that, but yet even over like tech companies, the richest person owns all luxury brands.
Mm.
I thought
Has
that
he,
was,
has he acquired something recently that made him
I think-
boost to being the number one richest person?
yeah, I think he got like the majority ownership in Christian Dior or something like that.
Because I feel like those brands been out for a while. So like, what are you doing now that you didn't do 15, 20 years ago?
I think it's just the accumulation of like the value of the company. You know, because like people that they say have billions of dollars don't got it on them.
Yeah.
It's just like the distribution of
Go to
factories
Google.
Right.
are worth that. But I just found it crazy. Like, if it's so rough out there, how is
I mean, people are still buying shit. Keep it a buck.
Put
You know, you gotta understand.
Bernard
there-
Arnault.
There's people out here that don't have any kind of money and are spending their last dollar buying this kind of shit to look good out here.
Right.
So if you add all those people up, plus the people that have
Go
the
to
money
news,
and
go up.
buy it regularly,
Go to news.
because like for example, like if say you live up top, right, in New York somewhere and stuff like that, that's a fashion state. Like if you don't have your shit on in New
Click on
York,
that article. New.
you getting clowned
New
on.
World, down.
You know what I'm saying?
New rich.
So
Yep.
let's just say you made a few dollars working and stuff like that. You probably gonna spend all them little dollars trying to get that little shit from overseas, Louis Vuitton, this, whatever. They're gonna get their business
yeah,
because you wanna slide out to that party in that sweater you've been trying to get for 2 weeks.
yeah. That's crazy though. That like,
But
and I find it crazy. Like, 'cause, you know, like I mean, like for example, just like say a pair of shoes, like a pair of Gucci shoes, like $800, $1,200 for like run of the mill ones.
Right.
I mean, the profits on that got to be just like
Oh my goodness.
gigantic. I mean, how much is a Gucci shirt? Like $300, like for a T-shirt.
Come
But you
on,
could get a
bro.
T-shirt for $20.
Yeah, and it's just
It's not better.
It's
It's
the
got a
brand.
name.
It's the brand, bro. Yes, and that's the beauty of marketing. When your brand is up there, of the Louis
Scroll
Vuittons
down
of the
some.
world, the Gucci's of the world, you can make a T-shirt for $4 and sell it for $800.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to read this part right here. It says,
Yeah.
compared to others on the world's richest list, Arnault is low key and not well known outside of France. However, the company's subsidiaries are anything but low key and include many traditional brands like Bulgari, Dior, Fendi, Givenchy, and of course Louis Vuitton. They also own retailer Sephora, that's a big one,
Huge.
and department stores in Paris. The company's oldest brand is winemaker Chateau de Vecchiem, which was founded in the late 16th century. Wow. In America, Arnault gained attention when he bought the famous jeweler Tiffany & Co. in 2019 for nearly $16 billion. Wow.
Now you know why this is the richest guy in the world. You just named
That-
like 10 of the top
Yeah.
brands in the
Buy
world.
other
Mhm.
companies.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
Wow. That's something I want to invest in. Can we look up LVMH stock?
That's
But don't you think it's crazy that like something that's not useful, people getting like propagandized into spending all their money to look like you something you're not?
that's just the world we live in, Brody.
John?
And it's been that. It's been that. It's a trend, man. It's a trend. Like I was telling you, you could be broke. You can spend your last dollar to try to look good when you go out on Saturday.
You know, it's funny though too. Like when I was like younger and
LVMH stock symbol.
got like I was getting money and I was wasting it fast, trying to look like I was like more grown or like with
Yep.
more money, this and that.
Right.
And then now that I'm like older and I, you know, got a little bit more money, and if I see somebody like,
Go to like 6 month.
tell him what to do in the mic.
Mm?
They drop the mic. Talk to him. No, talking to him.
Go to one
one
Y.
Shit, I don't know what I was gonna say.
You say you was younger, you ain't had no bread.
Oh yeah. So now when I see somebody, oh, you got a big chain on, you got a car that you bought, like you got a Benz from like 7 years old that as soon as
Right.
it breaks you ain't gonna be able to afford to fix it. And I feel like now you just look even more like a rookie who don't have money
Right.
to people who actually have a little bit of something.
And
Like the only people you're impressing are other people who are broke as shit.
Right.
Because I could afford to go buy a necklace right now, but I'm not gonna.
Right.
I'm 40 years old. I don't need you to see my necklace, you know. But when I was in my 20s, it's like, yeah. And I'm like walking around like, look, I got bread, and
Right,
like
right.
40-year-old dude's looking at me like, ha, Ricky,
Goofy.
you know what I mean? Yeah. I got that in my account. Can't see it
Right.
though. Spent that on lunch last
I mean,
week.
That's just what I was telling you. Just these young cats want to be accepted when they go out. That's it. You can't get caught lacking out here with no like if you ain't got no chain on, you're gonna be wondering why. I
You
ain't
think
got a
that's
chain
to
on.
get made fun of by? You think that's pressure from other dudes? Or you
One
think
hundred
that-
percent. 100%.
Oh, you don't think it has nothing to do with like females and their
Well,
expectations?
that all that too. Like imagine I invite you out to a night in Orlando, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's me, John, you, my boy over there, and we dressed up. Boom, whatever, chains, necklaces, watches. You gonna want to do that too. You're not gonna want to be out there with no chains, no watches, no rings, because they're gonna be like, wow, why he ain't got no chain, watches, and rings. So now you out there spending your last dollar trying to look cool, and then you come home Saturday night.
See, but I feel like at my age though now, I wouldn't even like really want to attract the type of girls
No,
that-
hell no.
like that. You know what I
No,
mean?
no,
I get what you're
no.
saying. Like just going out, you don't want to stand out
Yeah,
as
yeah.
as poor or whatever. But me being older, I wouldn't even wear that anyway. Like I,
Nah, like I was telling you before when we first started, the older and wiser phrase is it starts to come to light.
Mhm.
You understand
yeah,
that?
that's real. Yeah.
Because, bro, when I was younger and stuff like that, and I'm not old, but I'm not the youngest. But every Saturday, Friday, Saturday night, I'm looking for something to do. I
I
have to
remember
go
those
some-
days.
I have to go somewhere. I want to go somewhere. Now I go out. I'm trying to go home.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go home. I'm trying to lay in bed, watch a movie, get on my, get on the game.
Yeah.
Like, but it's people that don't grow out of that though. It's people that don't grow out of that shit. 30, 40, 50 still want to slide out.
Shit,
Yeah.
just-
Cool. It's cool. I ain't got nothing against it.
I'd be too
I
tired.
do.
I'd be too tired for that, man. You know what I mean? Like,
What? Listen. Hey, John, you could attest to this shit. Back in the day, I used to go out. I said smoke. I used to drink Hennessy all the time. all the time, John. I had that shit on me in my pocket.
I remember I used to see like you post
Wherever we go, wherever we
Snapchat.
go, I'm drinking Hennessy. Boom, 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 throwing that shit back, boom, all night. I do that shit now, I'm dead. Up 1:30 in the morning, I'm ready to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, before
But
that
back
shit
in the
was
day, before I hoop, Henny.
great.
Before I go out, Henny. I'm driving, Henny.
Mm.
And it's not nothing to brag about. I'm just saying it just go to show that you get older and you understand like your body is not who you was back 10 years ago, man. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, if I like, and I'll say accidentally too, because I already know. But if I accidentally like get real drunk, I'll be down for like 2 days, man.
What?
Like, and I'm 42 now, so I mean it's like the bounce back's hard.
You saying something,
It's
bro? 'Cause,
hard.
man, I literally be in bed the whole next day, all day, and I don't take medicine. I don't like to take medicine.
Mhm.
So like, sometimes I'll be like, man, I gotta pop this ibuprofen. I'm dead.
Yeah.
It's 5 p.m. the next day, and I'm still dying.
Definitely, when I have a crazy migraine headache, it won't go away. Don't let me sleep with a crick in my neck. Oh
It's
my God.
it's over.
I might call out of work.
I'll call it exactly, bro. And I'm not one to call out, but it's like, man,
Y'all don't want me here like this.
at all. Understand that I can't do it.
Hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, but hold on real quick before we move on. Like you got kind of a little wrapped up in the production aspect. How do you feel about that?
But what?
Like the richest person is rich off luxury goods, but the economy's such shit and everybody's doing so bad, but people are dropping more money on luxury stuff than ever.
I said before that I think to make this kind of like right, I think like simple items should be like, cause like let's say in Cali, if you go out there and buy weed, there's like a 25% tax on weed. So you can set the tax to whatever you want. So I think if there's like a luxury item, they should raise the tax. Like I honestly think, and I was talking to my girl about this, but like let's say going out to like Houston's or something, I don't mind it being like $400, cause like this is gonna hurt some people's feelings, but poor people shouldn't be going out to eat anyways. So if you're rich and you got it, okay, you know what I mean, and then that's even more gonna be like, yeah, I got it, babe.
But
you
I
know?
feel like most people who buy that stuff don't got it.
And because they think they do got it, but you got to raise the price to really get them out of the range and really be like, bro, so they can save their money.
But they got poor places people eat. Like for example, Denny's of the world is cheap and affordable.
Yeah.
IHOP is cheap and affordable.
But that isn't like luxury items. I'm saying like these items right here, I think they should cost like double. Like I don't think your average guy should be walking around with a Gucci belt on.
So you're saying if a belt costs $800, make that bitch $1,600?
Yeah.
But who's gonna get that bread though?
He's trying to say that only
The poor people?
the only people that have money to do it will have it. You see what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
top
And
X
then
amount of
it'll,
percent.
because right now, and it's crazy to think of this like this, but like if they have a belt that costs like $300, that is kind of cheap if the average price of the family, like say of a white family, is like $100,000. That's fairly cheap. But now if you go to the average price of like somebody in the inner city
30,
and
40.
it's like, yeah, 30,000, 40,000, that's like significantly more, but they're the ones buying it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, let's say you
Is
make,
that intentional through marketing to bleed that community?
I think that is low prices for them. That's prices just enough for them to like reach, but still keep it out of the range of others and stuff like that. Like, although not even, because to them it's almost like Walmart for them. You know what I mean? So it's
Essentially.
like, oh, I can get a shirt for $100. Oh, great.
For the people with money, but the people who $100 is like $500, they're the ones spending it though.
And they need to stop doing that.
But don't you think a lot of media and like being cool or like a certain culture perpetuates you to have that? And especially with all those, like, I see like shows all the time with like women talking about, oh, this dude ain't 6'2", he don't make $100,000 a year, he don't got this, he don't got that, I ain't even talking to him. Like that's like a ridiculous statement, because that's like 1% of people who fit those things. But then that gets perpetuated by women who think they want that, and then the dudes are all trying to get that, and they're just holding themselves back. But
Yeah.
it's like a whole, that's like social media.
Let me ask you
Perpetuating
this,
all that.
and it might be a little far off what we're saying, but Would you be interested into like a sugar mama type thing? Someone that takes care of you?
So like,
Like, okay, let me give you an example. Let's just say it's a lady down south, right?
mm-hmm,
She wants you to go down there, have dinner with her,
mm-hmm.
hold her hand, talk to her, whatever you guys agree on. But she'll take care of you. She'll give you an allowance.
How much is the allowance?
Well, no, that's a good question. So let's just go monthly, right?
For
Let's
for
just go. let's ju-
4,000 a month.
But that's the thing. Let's just say it's like 10 bands a month.
Mm-hmm.
And the lady that you're talking to is a lady that comes from money.
Mm-hmm.
Ben came from money.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband passed.
They got like millions,
Correct.
billions, right?
Correct. She's older. She
Mhm.
understands that life is not going to be here too much longer.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go mess with somebody that's going to give me the best time I can while I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
10, 15 bands a month.
I would do it.
I would 100% do that.
Yeah, I would do it. And it's like, you know, let's
Anything
see,
you want me to do.
Eating some old box is gonna be rough.
Anything, John.
I would have to wash.
Boy, you
it
gotta be
first.
eating that
Listen.
butt, John, for that
Listen.
much. Forget the box.
Listen, I want to make this
Yes, ma'am.
clear. I want to make this clear. Anything you want me to do.
I feel you on that. I would do that too, but it's like,
Give me 2-3 years. I done bought me a condo on the beach.
Yeah.
Residual income.
mhm.
Like anything.
And then now you're like 30-year-old just chilling on the beach, open shirt. People were like,
Anything.
"Man, what did you do?" It's
Don't
like,
worry
"Bro."
about it.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
Tru-
I mean,
trust me,
guess
it was rough.
see, if you do it and you stack up your bread like that and you like got a goal,
Come on, man.
that's one thing. But if you just like lay back and be like,
Yeah, spending the 10 every month. You spend the 10.
yeah, then after a few
Nah.
months you're like, man, I gotta take shit off this bitch. Because that's gonna happen too. You know what I mean? The dynamic's gonna shift a little bit. Where now you like,
10 stacks a month,
And they like
and
to do boy
when
it.
she dies, you get 5 M's.
I'm in all that. And I'm living in your apartment, your little mansion too.
Little side house of it.
I'm- People think I'm joking. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. Whatever you want, dinner, hold your hand, talk to you, whatever.
We're gonna see how many people agree with you on this one.
It'd be crazy if you didn't.
I gotta interject this.
And no, 1 second. 10, 15 bands is just a low number
Mm-hmm.
because there's people out there, like you said,
Mhm.
millions, billions,
30.
that are gonna die, and they don't got nothing to do with that money. Like,
Let's remember the Mr. Miami guy. He was on an interview. And he was like, yeah, so I might give a 19-year-old girl 100,000. He's like, pocket change. He's
Mhm.
like, I'm getting that youth. He's like,
That's real deal.
like that's more to him. It's
Mhm.
worth it. He got like, tons of money.
100,000 to a lot of people is not a lot of money.
Your,
Yeah.
your boy Kanye, he said, I might buy a bitch a house. I'm like, damn, Kanye, you fucking the game up.
Let me put it in perspective here, right? I play GTA RP, right? GTA
Mhm.
Roleplay, and obviously in there it's more realistic. You got to put car. You play GTA, right? Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
It's that, but it's through like a 5M server, so it's like a modded server, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to put gas in your car. You got to eat.
You have to put gas in your car?
Yeah, you got to
Wow.
put gas in your car. You got to eat. You buy a house. You buy whatever. It's realistic.
That's dope.
And in there, I have upwards of about $30 million, right?
Nice.
And that's a lot of money to kind of acquire.
Mm-hmm.
So I be blowing shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I got a homeboy in Baltimore that just joined the server
Mm-hmm.
about 2 days ago. I bought him a car.
Nice.
I bought him some straps. I bought him a crib in the hood. Whatever, this and that. And I feel like I did it because I got it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't hurt me
Mm-hmm.
because I got 35 mil. I've been in there a little bit.
Mhm.
So 100 bands in there for a new player is like a lot.
Yeah.
For me, buy that crib.
That's dope.
I'll
That's
give, you,
dope.
I'll give you this Audi for free. Like, because I have it. So I can understand, like, if a rich person was like, man, 100 bands, go ahead, take this shit. You know what I mean?
Do you play on PlayStation or computer?
So on the PlayStation 5, I bought it just for 2K.
Mm.
I only play 2K on there.
Wow.
But like the Call of Duty and GTA on the PC.
Call of Duty on the PC as well? Wow.
Right, you do it for the frame rates,
What is frame rate?
So it's just how you see your game.
Because this says too low. The current frame rate is too low.
Right, so I would assume that
Please
your
set the
laptop
frame
right
rate
there.
15 to 60.
I would assume that's 60. That's going to be your minimum is 60 frames.
Mm.
So my computer screen there gives me 165.
Mm.
GTA is going to give me about 140.
Okay. So it makes it run smoother?
Absolutely, yeah.
Mm.
I did research. Like I built that computer there. I did a lot of research before I built it.
Mm.
And once you get to know that kind of language,
Mm-hmm.
you start to understand a lot more about computers.
And like what's going on in the processor and
100%.
stuff like that and the RAM.
Right. The graphics card, the CPU, the GPU, the motherboard,
Hmm.
all that shit. All got to tie in together. I got a pretty good piece there, about $3,500 worth.
Wow,
That's a good one.
that's crazy. Okay, let's see what else I got because I only got like one more topic. So, um, California, they banned flavored tobacco. I'm so happy that they did that, bro.
What do you mean flavored tobacco?
Like, bro, all
Like
that
a grape
fucking,
switcher?
yes, all the pineapple swisher, all that. Get that bullshit the fuck out of here, man.
Hey, I'm not going to lie to
I
you.
hate that shit,
I use
No,
pineapple.
hold on. I was a grape swisher motherfucker.
bro. I hate like I don't know if Palma is a flavor or not, but I feel like Dutch Palma is like classic.
I think that's like the natural, like
That's what I think. So,
original type thing.
so like I feel like all that like pineapple fucking swishers and shit like that. Get that shit the fuck out of here.
I was a
hate that
pineapple
shit.
game kind of guy.
I like the pineapple blends.
Yeah, me too. I'm a pineapple
I
kind
don't.
of guy.
I don't like
I
them.
think
man.
that might be up there like one of my favorites.
Yeah, I like pineapple. Great
The
pineapple.
white. I like the white grape. The green.
Yeah,
ones.
the white grape. Yeah,
I like
yeah,
how the
yeah.
green ones perform a little better out there on the track.
Form of the track.
Let me ask you this, John. Are you a backwood kind of guy?
I hate backwoods. I can't
they-
stand them. They're too harsh.
You know, when I smoke backwoods, it gives you that head high. Like
Mhm.
you're
'Cause
getting high.
It's a lot of tobacco.
yeah,
mixed
yeah,
with
you're getting high, but then you're getting high off the tobacco.
Mhm.
type shit.
It's,
It's kind of like
it's
a
so
double
harsh.
high.
So harsh, man.
It
Yeah.
is.
And I feel like they collapse also. Like when you get like the last 30 of your blunt, they get all gooey and collapse.
Yeah, and then you got the person that rolled the blunt that can't roll blunts.
And you
Terrible.
have to put like an eighth in there for it to make sense.
Mm.
And I don't like too how like they gotta like, oh backwards.
Mhm.
Like give me, I take a white out. Give me
I could put
Swisher.
I could put 0.9 in the whip.
So and I want to see if you could pull up the top Christmas movies. That heat. pipe
Home
in
Alone.
here. I'm surprised you still got the heat on,
What?
or you got the hoodies on. Do you feel that heat?
I'm good, buddy. I got Puerto Rican blood.
I'm fucking hot, bro.
Cut. Open the thing right there.
I'm trying to.
It's because you're drinking that one Yingling.
You know me.
One that's one stop Johnny.
So scroll down because I looked at a list earlier, and I'm gonna tell you, yeah, this is like
Before you pull it up, John, what is your favorite Christmas movie? To see if it is number one.
it's not. They're showing the number one. It's
Well-
like an old school bullshit.
What was yours?
I think my ultimate favorite movie
Christmas.
is A Christmas Story.
That's
You'll shoot your eye out.
yeah, but that's just too like. Do you like that movie or you like it because it's such a big Christmas movie?
Nah, I like it. I like that he got like bullied and then he beat up the bully. I like where he was like cursing and he got like the soap put in his mouth.
Yeah,
I like where like
that's the tongue on the tongue on the pole, right?
yeah, I like the tongue on the
Yeah,
pole
tongue on the
scene.
the leg lamp and shit like that.
The leg fragile. It must be French.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
And like the little boy is trying to like touch it up and stuff.
I would probably like. I'll probably go with like Home Alone.
That's my number one.
Like a comedy.
That's
like,
my number one. Home Alone.
You know, like that thing John's talking about. That's a little like nostalgic and like sitcomish.
Yeah, the
For
Home
me,
Alone for me is
yeah.
when I think of Christmas movies, I think of Home Alone.
They got me at number 15, A Christmas Story. See where Home Alone is. Die Hard is a great one.
That's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it happened during Christmas. He was trying to go home to see his son.
That's weird.
I wouldn't really say that's a Christmas.
Yeah, I don't,
It is. It is because it happened during Christmas.
It happened during Christmas.
Yeah, it just don't give Christmas vibes. I don't think.
Ooh, they got
Home
Home
Alone
Alone
is 80.
number 80. How's that make you feel? They got to be lying.
I mean, it's a personal thing. I mean, it's just my opinion.
I think I've seen this one funny movie like from the 80s, like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I think like he's trying to get home.
Look
On
up Planes,
Christmas.
Trains, and Automobiles because I think they did have
I
that.
think it's Christmas, and it's like John Candy and Steve Martin, and like they have it's like a buddy.
Oh.
Well, no, I think they're actually enemies.
Well, delete the S on the end of plane
You know, what it is? Jingle Bells.
right there. Nope.
What is it, with the Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Let's do it.
Jingle All the Way.
Mm.
It's one of my favorite
And
ones. too.
and you know which one's good too. Where him and his wife said they ain't gonna do Christmas no more because the daughter moved out, but then the daughter says she's coming back. But everybody in the neighborhood like gets beef with them because they don't decorate their house. They live in like the suburbs and like it's a
I
big
don't think
deal
I
every
know that
Christmas.
one.
It's like that was Jamie Lee Curtis.
I know Jimmy Lee. Yeah.
She was in that. I think it's Tom Arnold was her husband in that movie.
Yeah, I'm
But
not
they're like, oh,
familiar
we're
with
just gonna
that.
go on a cruise because you can get a cruise super cheap on Christmas. And then the daughter's like, oh, I'm coming back and I'm bringing my boyfriend.
Mhm.
So then the whole movie was like them, like first it's like them getting harassed by their neighbors because they're all like, why ain't you doing Christmas? That movie was pretty good too. It's not as well known as Home Alone, but that one was
Yeah.
pretty good.
What's the number one? Did we get the number one?
It's like an old movie.
I mean, you can expect that.
Let's see. It's like Meet Me in St. Louis. It's a musical.
Mm.
Number 2, Shop Around the Corner. Number 3, Miracle on 34th Street.
I heard of that.
Number 4, Tangerine.
Number 5, Claws. Number 6,
Ooh, The Claws. The Claws is pretty good
Number
too, though.
6, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare of Christmas is a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one. Never heard of Little Woman. That's a 3-year-old movie. How that sneak in and never said. Okay, Die Hard.
Talking about Die Hard, you heard about Bruce Willis like declining really bad?
I heard about that. That's
Declining
crazy.
what?
Like his health. Like
He's-
he has
he's
like
down-
really?
he's
dementia.
down,
like
he's down
real
and
bad.
out. He's down
Yeah.
and out.
They say
it might be his last. Like,
yeah,
Christmas.
his last Christmas. They might.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julia Roberts and someone else, whoever his other wife was, they all had a family thing because they didn't know if he was going to make it or not.
Damn, that's crazy.
You think of these people like people that they never die. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I've been
I'm a big Bruce Willis fan.
seeing him on movies forever.
Yeah.
I guess it is been forever now because I'm getting older too.
Yeah. For
I get
sure.
older than people that were grown when I was a kid.
Right. Right.
They're definitely
It's,
older.
it's crazy that these people are like getting old and stuff like that, though. If you like really think about it.
Yeah.
So this is my list of top movies. Let me show you. I got A Christmas Story, Die Hard. This is one that I found that was on this list. Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah. That's a. I mean,
Christmas
it's a
happens in the
popular
movie.
one.
That's not a Christmas movie though,
What makes a Christmas movie? Click on that one. Click on it.
because it's about Christmas only, and everything is revolved around Christmas. Like Christmas happens in Edward Scissorhands. Same with
Scroll
Die
down.
Hard. I would say the same thing about Die Hard. That's not a Christmas movie either.
Keep scrolling down.
I didn't even know Die Hard was anything related to Christmas.
Watch the trailer.
I know they were at a Christmas party,
Nah.
like when the whole thing went down at the building at his wife's job.
All right, right here. I want
Boom.
to read this.
Top 5.
A
Christmas
scientist
movie.
builds an animated human being, the gentle Edward. The scientist dies before he can finish assembling Edward, though, leaving the young man with a freakish appearance accentuated by the scissor blades he has instead of hands. Loving suburban saleswoman discovers Edward and takes him home. Whoa. Where he falls for Peg's teen daughter. Whoa. However, that's very inappropriate.
Have you seen that movie?
I
However,
was just about to ask that.
However, despite his kindness and artistic talent, Edward's hands make him an outcast. I saw it like, I feel like when I was younger, I wasn't really like paying attention. Like when this came out, really? Damn, that was in 2001? I guess I
No,
I
man,
feel
it
like
came out
2000
before 2001 for sure.
release date of streaming. It says 1990. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I watched it when I was like 8.
Johnny Depp.
Go up to like go to where it says Rotten Tomatoes at the top up at the top up higher up right there. Go up there. That's where you type in Google. Click it once. Type in google.com. And then type in how is Edward Scissorhands a Christmas movie? Look, it's right there, the first one. That's creepy how that happens, isn't
I
it?
mean, how is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I know how it is because he's trying to get home to be there for Christmas.
No, he ain't. He's at his wife's office party when the
It's a Christmas party.
they don't make
John,
a
how many
Christmas
movies?
movie.
How many movies are in Christmas? And they don't make that. They don't categorize that Christmas
Yeah,
movies.
that's not a fucking Christmas movie, man.
Look,
It's an action movie,
click,
man.
click on the yahoo.com one, I guess, at the top where it says, yeah, that right there. Some films are obviously Christmas movies, like A Christmas Story, one of my favorites, The Grinch, that's a good one.
Oh, that's a
But
good
for
one.
others, it's not so clear cut. They may be said during the holiday season, and they maybe even touch upon Christmas themes, but does that mean they truly qualify in the traditional sense? To find out, we're putting these movies on trial and laying out all the hard evidence for against and against them by answering some pertinent questions like we did with Die Hard, Gremlins, and Iron Man 3. Wow, Iron Man 3 is a Christmas movie?
Exactly.
Let's reach him, bro.
And there's no better movie to, you guys are haters. All right, let's,
Biggest rightness to put on the list.
the last third of the film, the whole last third of the film, it centers around Peg's annual Christmas party. Though after Edward was arrested for burglary and Joyce lied about him forcing himself on her. Damn, Peg or Joyce. No one wants to attend the gala. It's a festive time in the neighborhood with lights strung up throughout. Peg's white tree has turned her house into a Christmas wonderland worthy of Goodfellas. Now, there's a Christmas scene in the Goodfellas too. I don't think that makes that a Christmas movie.
Do you like the Goodfellas?
My favorite,
Great movie.
but
A Bronx
there's this-
Tale. Great movie.
It is a great movie too. The single most Christmassy moment comes when Winona Ryder's Kim goes out into the backyard to find Edward making an angel ice sculpture. It creates a beautiful sprinkling of snow. This same effect is seen at the beginning and end of the film when a very old Kim tells her granddaughter the story of the man with scissors for hands. While those scenes don't take place at Christmas, they have the same ethos. That's the snow scene. Yeah, click that scene right there.
I disagree, man, completely.
Yeah.
They don't make it a snow scene. That's more of a romantic thing because he can make it snow. Because at
Yeah,
the
I
beginning of
know.
the movie, it's like snowing, and because she's old and she's telling the granddaughter about that. It's nothing to do with Christmas.
This looks awfully Christmas.
Look at the back, all the lights on the houses and stuff like that.
It snows in a lot of movies.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
This
It's-
looks like fake snow.
I mean, it's all winter Christmas then, John?
What makes a movie a Christmas movie? Do they have to like
I'm
talk
saying,
about
like,
Santa
The
or something like
Christmas
that?
story where they're trying to make a plane to get
Yeah,
somewhere
man.
and give presents out
or
or
Santa Claus got some kind of tribulations he got to get through. Or some Christmas animal needs to make it.
because it snows. It's not a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
But this is clearly a Christmas movie. There's Christmas lights. It's around Christmas time. There's a Christmas party.
Bro, I've seen the movie mad times. It ain't about Christmas. It's about some
It's
weirdo
not-
who doesn't fit in.
It doesn't
And-
have to
and-
be about Christmas.
and the pressures he faces being like outcast.
I agree with Dave.
Yeah.
You agree with that? We're gonna see who agrees with me though. Now go. I want to see about Die Hard. Go up. Go scroll up. I think it has where you can click on it. Go down some. No, you can't click on it. So say how is Die Hard? Yeah, go back. How is Die Hard a Christmas movie? What's your favorite? You said both y'all said Home Alone.
It's just tough to go against Home Alone for me.
It is. Home Alone is a good one.
Click that. Yeah. All of it takes
And
place.
you know what,
on-
too? Like, and see, and Home Alone's not necessarily like about Christmas. It's about him missing his family at Christmas and the whole thing is what puts him in there. But I still think that's a Christmas movie, though.
It's snowing in the whole movie. Like it's all Christmas vibes. They're
It's
trying to
it's
get to
slightly
where they're
different.
going. He's not there available. They're trying to find him. Like it's just all Christmas.
He's not there available. They forgot their son at
It's just
home.
all Christmas.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, how much of Die Hard takes place at Christmas time? All of it takes place on Christmas Eve at Nakatomi Plaza during the company's holiday party. Pff, how can it get more Christmassy than that? Can I get
Yeah.
Die Hard?
It's an action suspense movie, man.
That could have been at the wife's company picnic at the building or whatever. Anything that happened at the picnic. That's just kind of like a
All right, keep going down.
backdrop, not a focus.
Keep going down. The Christmas spirit is also present when we see John McClane carrying a giant teddy bear through the airport. Some whistle and sing Christmas carols to themselves as they walk around too. There's also the briefest consideration of shutting down the power to 10 blocks specifically because it's Christmas Eve.
Let's move on, man.
Yeah, John, you're wrong. Come on. Next.
Oh Lord!
Yeah.
All right,
I can give you the
um,
Christmas story. You got that. But Die Hard, that's like an action movie.
The only thing I got left is I was thinking about taking the kids to the zoo. How do you feel about the zoo?
I went to Jacksonville Zoo probably about 2 years ago. It's just something you don't do every year.
Do you think it's like a prison for animals?
Hmm.
I just listened to Joe
I think-
Rogan,
I
and he
think-
was like,
Go ahead.
giraffes, they like it because they don't get eaten.
Yeah. No, I think it's
depending on the animal?
No, I think it's good for the animals. I mean, you don't have to fend for yourself.
Well, I think
They're
also
feeding
too-
you.
Yeah, and if you're like a lion born at the zoo,
That's all you know
you can't just go to the savannah in Africa and get by.
at all.
Like you're
I'm
in
giving you food every X amount of hours.
I think it was probably like effed up in the beginning when they first like started getting animals and breeding them in captivity,
Right.
because those animals got stolen and brought into the zoo. That was like messed up for them.
This
All the
bring-
ones after that were born there, it's like now you're a zoo breed.
This is bringing us back to the whole black people and slavery conversation. Yeah, it's messed up for the ones that they took from
They
the
did.
wild, but the ones that are already here.
You got it pretty sweet in the zoo now.
No, that's. I think they live good lives in there. I think they live good lives in there. Take your kids. It's fun. My son loves it.
Like, what about lions?
I think
You
all
think-
the animals in there have benefits to being in a zoo.
Yeah, I don't
Because if you're a lion, you got to get up and find a way to eat in the zoo. In the wild, if you're in the zoo, like I got to feed you. If not, you're gonna die,
exactly.
and then they can't see you.
Do you think they should just give them dead meat, or should they put like a gazelle in their cage?
I'm sure they do all that shit.
But do those lions born in captivity even like know how to hunt?
Absolutely not.
You know, like they probably just want that slab of meat
Absolutely not.
and lay around all day. Because what would the lions do in the savannah if they already had all the food? They probably wouldn't be running around. They'd probably just be laying under a tree.
Does that mess with their like body? Shouldn't I feel like they need the exercise? They need to be running.
I think
around.
it messes with their instincts, for sure. But I went to the zoo in Jacksonville. I think they got enough room to run on that motherfucker. They got
Yeah.
enough room.
I think the zoo's okay to go to. He's been wanting to go.
They're not gonna overfeed them, so they wouldn't get like overly large.
And if they did, I'm sure they'd like it.
Yeah, I feel like lions overfeed
They're good.
themselves.
They're spoiled, man. I think.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know about the logistics behind the zoos. But
Hmm.
if you ask me, I think they're probably spoiled.
I mean, all the monkeys and stuff in there seem like they're having a good time,
Mhm.
jumping
Yeah.
around, like doing this and that. I think they'd
Hmm.
be doing the same thing in the
I mean,
wild.
aquariums, them little ass fish,
I think it's
they don't
probably
got no chance in the damn ocean. Put them in an aquarium and then put them against people that they're the same size as them. I mean,
That's real. So
whales is different though. I don't mean to interrupt you. I think whales can defend themselves. Put them motherfuckers in the ocean.
Yeah, I think that's kind of messed
Like
up
the
too.
SeaWorld shit.
hmm
Do you know that the person that jumps in the water with them, there's somebody like died in Orlando doing that shit?
I think a few
Crazy.
people been
It's fucking crazy
doing that.
for you to even take that
trainers,
career.
yeah.
I would never do that.
How much you gotta get? Like $100,000?
They don't even get 100 grand, guaranteed. It's just people
Hey.
that are so passionate with
Can you look up the salary
Please.
of
I
the
don't think they make
$30,000 a year.
what is it? The killer whale
killer whale.
You've been to the SeaWorld shows, right? Where they do the
Scientologist.
You've been there, right, Johnny?
SeaWorld
You been there? Come on, bro. You gotta
whale
give me
employee
$20,000 to do that,
salary.
and I might not even do it.
Yeah, those are just like staff people who like
Love
get to-
whales
they
so
get to
much.
hang out with animals. Yeah,
employee
now maybe
Oh, you
like
gonna do it? Okay.
maybe like their head guy
salary.
over all of them make 100, but like the people with their t-shirts tucked into their khaki shorts.
Okay, let's
And
see
jump in the water with them and go
Yeah.
50 feet under the water?
Yeah,
Fuck no, they don't get paid no damn money.
How much does SeaWorld pay?
Nah, that's not true. The people that jump with the whales, that's different.
Yeah.
I think it's messed up, man, because a whale could cruise around for like thousands of miles in depths that we can't even go to, and they got them in like
Yeah, and defend themselves.
a tank. And then I
Yeah.
think even if you let a whale out, they would still get by after the fact.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What are we waiting on now?
He's looking up swims with whales at SeaWorld.
Would you do it, John? $200,000 a year?
200,000? Yeah,
Proper training?
yeah, I'd do it.
I don't think you would.
Mm.
Hmm.
Oh.
I sure as I wouldn't do it.
Look, there you go. How much do dolphin trainers make? Just do that one
Yeah,
right
just ballpark that shit.
there. Oof.
How much, Johnny?
52?
Not enough. You
You
can make
A
more.
thousand?
You can make more serving tables.
About 25 an hour?
You can make more serving tables, John.
Did they have a
And
master's degree to do
dolphins
that?
rape.
Do they have what?
Did they have a master's degree in like some kind of zoology or something?
They hire
You
you
can
on the
get that.
spot. As soon as you jump in that pool and you're willing to do it, they'll
Mhm.
hire you. I'm good.
They get $15 an hour. That's crazy.
I'm good.
Yeah, but at least it's fun, John.
You might die every day.
They be doing crazy shit.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, Manny. So before we get out of here, appreciate you coming through and effing with us and stuff like that.
No, for sure.
I got a couple sports stuff I want to ask you. That me and Manny, we're gonna work it out, but we're gonna try and do a sports show. So I need to get some futures for you
I
here.
just want to let y'all know Zion Williamson is doing exactly what I said he'll do.
That's
years
exactly
ago.
what we're gonna do, and we're gonna clip this and we're gonna put it out.
Everyone said Zion is Zion that
Okay, so
they're top 5 in the West.
let's go to NBA. Okay, how far do you say they've done about 30 games, so they're about 25% through the season out of 82
You
games.
do 82 games, yeah.
So they're coming up on halfway through the season.
Nah, man.
It's about a third through the season.
Right.
Okay. Who is a team that is like gonna go like for sure?
To the finals?
No, just to the playoffs. Not like the last team, but they're gonna be a playoff contender. Team from the East and the 2 teams from the East and 2 teams from the West.
For sure gonna go?
To the playoffs, yes. Like the Celtics.
The Celtics are number 1 in the East, I believe. The Bucks are gonna go. I mean, Middleton's back. He's healthy. That's a problem. In the West, the Warriors they have a losing record right now.
Whoa.
I think they're 15 and 18 or something like that. But they'll do good. They're a late game. They'll do good. They'll do good. The Nuggets are the number 1 in the West, which is crazy. I think expect the Warriors to definitely do their thing. I got the Warriors winning
Again?
That's just me.
Okay. So
That's just
is that officially what you're gonna put out? The Warriors are gonna win and repeat?
I'm gonna say the Warriors are gonna win. I'm a Kevin Durant fan,
Mhm.
so I think the Nets will make it.
Mm.
They had a terrible year last year. In the
They
playoffs.
did.
They got swept by the Bucks.
Did Kyrie?
Oh, not
That was
the
his
Bucks,
first
the,
time playing in a long
The
time. huh?
Celtics. What's that?
That was the first time Kyrie playing in a long time.
Kyrie and KD are going crazy. KD is averaging 27.5 points a game.
Wow.
That's a problem.
What was he averaging the year that they won with Golden State?
I'm not sure, but he was the Finals MVP, so you do all that math.
Can I have another beer over there?
And I'll be honest with you. People say, "Oh, KD this, KD joined the Warriors, KD that." KD was the Final MVP twice. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Was that because of stats or was that fan approved?
I mean, it's he produced the most in both of the finals, and that's over a Curry that's, as you may know, was on top of the basketball world. You know what I'm saying? Like they like to throw dirt on my boy KD. If you're a real basketball fan, you know what's going on. KD's the man. Did he? Was that a little messed up? He went to the Warriors. Sure. I mean, it was. I remember when it happened. It was July 4th. I was getting ready to go to the beach. Probably meet up with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
This just in. KD went to the Warriors July 4th. I said, "Damn, what did I say?" I'm a Warriors fan now. Like I'm a KD fan. Like it's just like anybody else.
That boy, he was about to take out his OKC jersey, put that bitch back up, took out a Warriors jersey.
Man, I tell you, when OKC had Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook, Kenny Perkins, Serge Ibaka, that's the best team that never did anything, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That team was crazy,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
but young.
But they didn't know their talents. James Harden wasn't the Houston James Harden. He wasn't who he ended up being, but
So let's talk a little bit about Zion though.
the man.
So how does he like impact the game so much though?
He's a man amongst boys. He's a generational player. He's a big motherfucker. He's a big guy. Bodying these NBA players that have been doing this shit for 10, 15 years.
But does he have like LeBron? I feel like back in his day when he was that generational talent, he like the way he changed the game was he was big, but he was also fast, and he could also like had good defense.
Yeah, Zion's all
And he
that.
could also shoot as well.
Right. So the only thing Zion can't do,
I don't see him really shooting.
right,
threes like
right. The only thing he can't do, and it's not his strength, is shooting. But getting to the rim and putting a body on you, it's over. It's over. He's a problem. And
What do you mean by getting a body on you?
he's just big.
Like if you're gonna go up, he's gonna go up with you. You're not gonna make it.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big motherfucker, and he's young. And everybody say, "Oh, he's fat. He's this and that, whatever." He had his little injury. You gotta understand, when you go to the NBA, there's people that get paid to get you in NBA shape.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of money to get you in NBA shape.
Mm-hmm.
Did they extend his injury? Probably to get him in that shape, but they're doing very, very good. They acquired C.J. McCollum. I mean, they have a very, very good team.
That is a good team. They got Ingram.
Ingram, yep, Valanciunas. They have a very, very good team. They got Alvarez, which is upcoming point guard, which is going to be good. They have a very good team.
So let's switch over. So you said, how do you think John Morant's gonna do?
John Morant, he just got his signature deal with Nike.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody says it's looks like Kobe's
Upside down.
signature. Yeah, who cares? Everyone's gonna speculate. He's getting paid. Very, very must see basketball.
Turn that off.
He's a must see basketball for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely the future for sure.
Very,
Very good.
Okay, so what do you say? You said wrap it up. Why don't you just get up?
Are you a basketball fan? Oh, okay.
Bro, let us just have a little segment. I said before we end, we're just talking basketball. You want to go outside and smoke a cigarette or something?
What's your favorite team though? Like, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So,
Back
back to the.
Let me say this real quick though, because
Yeah, go ahead.
Turn
Go
your
ahead.
mic back on.
I didn't know that you weren't into basketball.
if I did have a team, it would be a Florida team because I'm from Florida.
Okay,
Like
so
Magic.
probably
For
Heat.
football, Florida, college. I hate how people like college teams and they didn't go to that college. I went to UCF. I like UCF because I went to that college.
Right.
I got no association with the Gators. I don't got no association with Florida State. I don't care what happens. I just don't care. I'm not interested.
So I'm a Lindenwood Lion.
Lindenwood Lions. I mean, that's what you got association with that.
Are you though?
Are you though?
I like the Hurricanes. I didn't get recruited there though.
How long did you live in? I know you. I remember when you went over there. How long did you stay over there?
5 years. But I only played football. Like I redshirted a year, then I played football for a year. Then the next year I was playing, and then like midway through the season, my grades were too bad.
How long do you have to live somewhere to claim that city or state?
I think like a significant part of your life, like let's say I was there from like 18 to 23. I think I could claim some of St. Louis. I don't want to, but
5 years is yeah. Nah,
I'll tell you what though.
that's like a little stop by.
Like, you know, I know some people like say like, oh, I'm from BK. It's like you moved here in 4th grade, bro. No, you're not.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? You know,
Thank
you're
you.
not. You're from
born.
Palm Coast.
You was born there.
Yeah, your family's from there.
Yeah.
You live here.
Yeah.
And you ain't a Floridian either because you weren't even born here.
Like John, you're a Floridian.
I mean, according to Dave's explanation right there, I was born in Queens, but I
No.
moved down here when I was
John.
1 year old.
You're a Floridian.
What am I, Dave?
You're not a native, but a Floridian.
Like,
You don't get native status, but you get Floridian status.
so is he?
I'll tell you like I tell my brother.
So am I a New Yorker?
I
I
tell
was about to say, is he a
Yeah.
New Yorker?
you're a Floridian, but you ain't a native. Like you know, my brother Jimmy, he was born in Boston. I said, you know, the good Lord just ain't see it fit for you to be born in the great state
How
of
long
Florida.
how long did Jimmy live in Boston?
Since he was like 6 months. He's like,
Jimmy, you're not from Boston.
he ain't a native. He ain't a
Right.
native.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Good Lord
But
ain't
John,
see it fit.
I'll be honest with you. New York people are the funniest people in the world.
Hmm.
I'm not saying you're not funny. You're not from New York.
Right, I agree.
You're from Florida.
I agree.
I lived in Baltimore about like 11 years,
Mm.
and then I lived here. I lived here about the same.
Hmm.
So I kind of just like claim both. You know what I'm saying? And then I lived in Puerto Rico for like 7, maybe 8 years, something, whatever the
Mhm.
case may be. So I've been everywhere, all 3 of these
Mm.
states, probably around the same amount of time.
Mm.
But I definitely say I'm from Baltimore
Mm.
because I mean elementary school, middle school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, how can
Crucial
you?
times.
Because you were like, by that time you kind of already became who
Mhm.
you're gonna be.
Yeah,
You've
I-
evolved since then, but like your base
You start there.
characters,
Mhm.
like
You start
in that, yeah.
You start there, and you don't forget where you start from. You know, the Pokemon era.
Mm.
I remember Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm just like, oh, you know, 315 Bigley. I remember all that shit. Oh, whatever this and that.
Mm.
That boy had the key, rode the bus by himself.
Well, we lived right behind the school. We walked to school.
Okay. You walked home though, had a key yourself?
Yeah. We lived right by the school, like from here to the racetrack.
What do they call those latchkey kids?
Latchkey, yeah.
But
I was a latchkey kid.
But in Baltimore, yeah, we didn't live in the best area,
Mhm.
so like, it was like four keys to get into the house. It's like
Wow.
like a deadbolt, like this, like that.
we didn't live in the best
so
area.
you're just like, so you got like 5 keys on you, just
That's crazy.
and then you're good to go. But the door weighed like
Don't let there be someone chasing
75
you.
pounds. Yeah, nah, it's. But like I said, you knew everybody.
Mm.
That's what I was getting back to in the beginning of the show. You know everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're walking down this fucking mile-long road, you're just like, it's good. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, you know everybody,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice.
Okay, so we're almost done. Back to the sports thing, but we have the playoffs in football coming up. You're a Ravens fan.
Correct.
My bad.
Go
Do you are y'all making the playoffs?
Correct.
Okay. Are y'all first in your division? You have the Bengals, the Browns.
I'm not too sure.
Who else? The Bengals? Oh, the Steelers.
I just know that we're gonna win a Super Bowl.
Okay. So that was gonna be one of my other questions. We'll get to that in a minute. But like,
Huntley's doing his thing.
okay. Is Lamar back yet?
Nah, he's not back yet. But
How do you feel that's gonna affect his whole wanting the contract thing? Because this is what I said was gonna happen.
originally I thought LeBron, check me out. Lamar was gonna leave. I think he stays. I think they're gonna pay him. But they say historically Baltimore is not someone that pays people.
They paid Flacco.
Joe Flacco got paid like a motherfucker and got a
Mhm.
pickup truck when he won the Super Bowl. But I mean, Joe Flacco was the man though too. Though I like Joe Flacco. His NFL combine was, I think he was one of the best at. He was the best at his combine. Like he was really
Mhm.
really good. His deep ball is crazy.
It is. He's a big guy.
He's a good guy. I mean, Joe
Pause.
Flacco took us to a fucking championship, to a Super Bowl. Like you
Mhm.
can't say nothing bad about him. But
Um,
Lamar's his game's getting figured out,
Mm.
and I think that's what people are afraid of.
Do you think he's gonna get the contract, the max?
I hope he gets the max. Because what the fuck are we going to do if he doesn't?
But and I feel like now that we're on the podcast, like, bro, I was saying, like, bro, it's risky because you might get injured in the middle of the season. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of insight on what happened. So quarterbacks do really well, and then before the actual contract year comes up, they get asked if they want the top contract. And it could, like, let's say Patrick Mahomes, he got like,
He got 5 years. Damn near half. What is it?
he got like 5 years, like $500 million.
Yeah, I
That's
heard about
crazy.
it. They got a huge amount.
So they offered Lamar like 250 million.
But they didn't max him.
Yeah, he was like, I want at least 300, 350. They're like, meh. And then so they were like, signed to get guaranteed to. He's like, and then they gave Deshaun Watson.
I was just
like-
about to say that they gave Deshaun Watson a max.
Yeah, they gave him like 400, even though he had like assault charges with women and stuff. And I don't think he deserved it. I think that was a bad idea.
But with football, I mean, you ain't guaranteed any money though, right? Like you got your base. When they say 400, that's like what you can make.
And so the dude, he got suspended for a year for rape allegations. Deshaun Watson, he came back. They gave him like 350 guaranteed, all of it guaranteed. It doesn't matter if he plays a down, he's guaranteed 350 million.
Damn.
So Lamar's like, I want that. But my thing is, just because they do it doesn't mean that's the league, what everybody needs to do now. So it's like, and then I was like, Lamar, you need to sign now and get what you can get, because he runs a lot and he's a quarterback. So
He'll
he
get
could
injured.
He could get injured.
Could that
And
much
now if
sell
you're
that?
injured, I'm not giving you nothing.
Yeah.
He didn't sign. He's playing this year on like no contract. He's playing on the end of his old one.
But if he makes it out of here, he'll be all right.
But now he's been injured for the past like 2-3 weeks. No idea of when he's coming back.
Might be being greedy going to cost yourself.
Exactly.
That's a lesson too, you know.
I
quit being
think
good.
I think he knows what's going on, and his agent is his mother.
But let me ask you this though: how much different is your life? You make 250 or you make 400?
Exactly what I'm saying.
You know.
And like, if his mom,
That's a lot of money though.
but I mean,
But-
either way, with 250 you can buy whatever you want. With
Exactly.
400 you can
Yeah,
buy.
but when you get taxed out on 250, what are you getting?
And that's another thing too. Athletes do pay the highest.
Yeah, and when you get
Tax rate.
when you get 400, you get more than 250.
I get that.
I mean,
but
I
what I'm
get that.
saying is now you're gonna get nothing.
True.
He's gonna get paid though.
But either way, 100. If you're in the 100 millions, you're straight. If
Yeah,
you're in
he's.
the-
I think he's got an ear behind him that's telling him, "Hey, look, man, do this, do this, do this. You'll be all right. Boom, this and that." I think.
It's an uneducated ear.
Is that same air that's cutting that check though?
I think he'll be all right. If we lose him, I'll be disappointed. But I seen my Ravens win in my lifetime. There's a lot of players, fans that haven't seen their team win in their lifetime.
I haven't seen my team win in my lifetime.
I've seen them win twice in my lifetime, so I can't complain.
When? So in 2000
So when Ray Lewis retired,
mhm,
we won a championship.
against the 49ers.
Correct. And then Joe Flacco, was it 2012? Something like that.
Who did he beat?
I'm not sure who he beat, but I've seen two.
I thought Joe Flacco was on the Ray Lewis team.
He played with him,
Mm.
but like I said, in my life, 2000. Let me double check. 2001,
I
2000,
think 2001. Yeah.
2001.
What, Ed Reed and them.
The ball hawk, yes sir.
So who, realistically, who's gonna win it this year?
I mean, I'm a Ravens fan, right? But if I'm not being biased,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a real big Josh Allen fan.
Bills.
Yeah, they're
like
a complete team. That's my problem. Is they're a complete team. I'm surprised how the Chiefs been winning without
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Mm.
I'm surprised how they're doing without him.
Mm-hmm.
But they got Hardman and shit like that. I mean, they got a good team. There's no telling.
What?
I
About,
mean,
how you like the Eagles this year?
if you would have told me they was going to be 13-1 last year, I wouldn't have believed you.
Mm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I think overall.
2001 and 2013, I was a year off.
Okay. I think
We beat the
overall.
Giants in 01.
I think overall. I think the Chiefs might win it this year.
Chiefs are nice.
I think the Chiefs might win it this year. I think they're going to beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Chiefs versus Eagles Super Bowl. You heard it here. And it's going to be a close one. But Travis Kelce is going to go crazy for like 3 touchdowns.
You think the Eagles make it?
Yeah. I don't see anyone in the NFC that can stop them.
I mean, Jalen Hurts is
I think it's a slight injury.
he's hurt. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the Alabama quarterbacks coming out here doing their thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're all low.
Alabama produces a lot. I mean,
They have like 70 players in the league right now.
it's crazy.
Hmm.
I mean, AJ McCarron didn't make it, but it is what it is.
All right, well, Manny, I appreciate you coming through
Thank you, bro.
with us and
Yep.
supporting what we got going on.
Sure.
It's crazy when you get to talking, you don't know how long you've been here.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to turn you into a clip.
Clip me.
Mini clips.
Mm-hmm. Let's see how long this episode has been.
Let me ask you a question before we leave.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching about this little
2 hours and 11 minutes.
that's crazy. SpaceX
Mm-hmm.
with what's this man's name?
Elon?
Elon Musk.
Elon?
Do you guys do it? Do you take a trip up there?
I'm down to go to Mars.
I don't believe in space.
You don't believe in space?
Nah.
That's crazy you said that. I believe in many, 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 many other planets, if you would.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we're not the only people here at all.
Mm. Well, I
I believe we can't reach the people that I think are here.
On Earth?
Yeah, I believe there's definitely other places that there's life and we just can't reach them yet.
So do you think like on a flat earther that we're surrounded by ice wall and there's other continents outside of that ice wall?
I'm not too sure about that, but I know that how we live here and how we're doing this and how there's light and electricity.
Mhm.
I believe there's other within the solar system. There's other places that there's life,
Mm.
and whether or not they speak English or what they speak, I
I
believe
can see that.
there's they live their own life.
See, I say like that, like kind of like
I don't believe in ghosts either, by the
sarcastically
way.
about the space because I feel like we don't have enough information one way or another as normal people. We're just told whatever.
So what do you think about the videos where they're on the moon? Do you think that's fake?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they were in a war with they're in a technology race with Russia.
Mm.
They shot that shit. I mean, if they could do something in 1960, you telling me you just can't do that again right now?
In 1969, I
Or
believe.
before 1970, whenever it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why can't we
they
do it
didn't
now?
even have.
40 years
I
later.
mean, your phone got
that
more
is
processing
crazy.
power than that whole spaceship had.
Well, maybe there's just not so much interest in that. Elon Musk is trying to take over that space.
So he says.
I would
Mhm.
never. I would never leave Earth.
You wouldn't?
Never.
Hmm.
I would let you do it and watch you do it.
I'll go. Fuck it.
I'm not ready for that. You got to break the sound barrier. I'm
Mhm.
good.
You got to go through the Van Allen radiation belt, which
I'm good.
allegedly
I'm
nobody
good.
can go through.
I'm
which-
good on all
which you
that.
Go through.
But I'd watch you do it.
You know about the Van Allen radiation belt?
Nah, tell us about it.
It's like a ring of radiation around the Earth that they say you would never be able to make it through. But, you know, the spaceship is insulated enough to make it through.
Well, they had that dude that jumped off. It's like the Red Bull advertisement
Yeah.
where like he jumped off and
From the
went-
hot air balloon, yeah.
Yeah, went to the.
But let me give you this
Oh,
interesting fact.
burger and shit.
He took a hot air balloon, right? To the top. You know who the number one buyer of helium is in the world?
Who?
NASA.
Hmm.
So are those satellites really in space or are they just floating up really high?
That's valid.
You know, it's an interesting topic.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Johnny.
All right.
East Line of Center, man. It's the season to give him, man.
Yeah, we're about to get out your boy.
There's no other better way to leave. But I appreciate you guys, man. I'll be watching you guys, man. I've been wanting to be on this for a while.
Hey, if you wanted to give us like a piece of advice real quick on how we can make this better.
Well, I'd like to say you guys are doing a good job. So I just think like you should get like isolated cameras.
Yeah.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
Like he has
and it's
camera you ever do?
expensive. Don't get me wrong, because the
Mhm.
streaming world's expensive. You get your little Nikon right here showing at you, and you're
Mhm.
able to like kind of like, if you're talking, I would click on your camera and I'm showing you.
Mhm. We're
If
working
I'm
on moving
talking, I
there.
can show it on me. If we're all
Mhm.
talking, shoot the whole room.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're starting. This is perfect. You're doing
Mhm.
good. You're doing good.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's it. I think you're doing a great job.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, guys. Well, appreciate you, everybody.
Until next week.
Hey, and
Probably
real
this week,
quick,
really.
real quick. Today is the first day of Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa, everybody.
You know, I know nothing about.
Oh,
Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa's after? I thought it was before.
No, it's
Like Hanukkah.
It's from the 26th to the 1st.
Mm.
So it's the 6 days afterwards, and the 1st is the 7th day.
Interesting.
All right, man. Peace out, everybody.
Yeah,
One love. Merry
See you later.
Christmas. Happy holidays.
See y'all later.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Hope y'all got everything y'all wanted.